Oi, 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 oi. Oi, 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 oi. How are we doing on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday? What a beautiful Wednesday. How are we doing today? Yes, yes, the slop is in session. Yes, yes, of course. I was that keen for the slop that I didn't even dry my hair when I got out the shower, so I look like I'm wearing a fucking toupee. Yes, yes. It's Thursday. Ah, you Aussies? You must be like Aussie or Kiwi, right? Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Pyro, did you see the SpongeBob I parody? Patrick just got a stroke deal.
The SpongeBob AI parody? What?
You look very cute today. I can even imagine you in femboy gay porn.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. Thank you for ticking anonymous when you made that dono.
Will you ever play FIFA?
Play FIFA? Honestly, bro, like, football never really interested me. Like, even as a kid. Like, imagine being from the UK and not caring about football. Thank you, Lico, for the 10. Where'd you watch the SpongeBob AI? Apparently it's hilarious. I saw one with SpongeBob. No, Patrick was just saying Walter White's home address. Is it on Twitch? I assume it's on Twitch. It's on YouTube? Hang on. Thank you. Just a coincidence of the 4 months. What slop will I do today? Oh, we got some slop planned. Oh my, we got some slop. Oh wait, here it is. AI generated SpongeBob.
A few moments later.
Now, I've been doing some
So
research,
this is all
and
just
it turns
AI
out
generated,
there's
right?
this really amazing place in Brazil called the Amazon rainforest.
Amazon rainforest? That sounds tropical.
My friend shared
And
me a link
fold.
that might be on Twitch. Not sure it's like the Seinfeld I generated.
Oh, I see. I see.
Harness!
What are you gonna do about it, Mr. Noodle Arm?
Shut up, bro. I got massive arms. I got massive fucking biceps here.
Well, actually, the pirate haze are mostly found in the Amazon River and not the rainforest.
Who cares? All jumble to me?
Blew up my toaster trying to make a piece of toast because apparently tin foil is conductive SMH anyway.
I'm trying to find, like... Thank you, Zoppaloid, for the 10. I'm trying to find, like, Wait, what's this one?
Hey, Patrick, have you ever done it before?
What do you mean?
Okay.
Fisting each other's
There's
asses.
no... Okay, no. There's no way that was said. That's an edit. That's an edit, right? This video is real. I had to upload this for archival purposes. How do they not blacklist these words? Like, every time you get an AI, it always ends up being completely fucked by the end of it. Do you guys remember when Microsoft started, like, Tay AI? And then it just started saying how great, like, the Austrian painter was, and how much of an amazing person he was, and how women suck, women shouldn't have equal rights. Like, if people have the chance to, like, corrupt an AI, they definitely will.
No, I haven't. WH,
Final
wait.
quarter stream. Thank you for the daily slop, Pyro. You've been a big help for me at tough times.
Thank you, Zarian, for the 10. Appreciate it, man.
Is it weird?
No, not at all. It's just a lot of fun. You should give it a try.
Okay, they're being a little bit zesty here. Just a little bit. The worst thing is, it hurts me on a personal level, right? Because SpongeBob is voiced by Tom Kenny, and Tom Kenny voiced Spyro the Dragon in, like, all the Spyro games except the very first one. So that's, like, my childhood character talking about being fisted in the ass.
Yeah, I think I might. Thanks for the suggestion, SpongeBob.
Yeah, I like to imagine how that is pretty much, That is exactly how Patrick would actually respond. That was dangerously accurate. Right, let's see this.
A few moments later.
Hey, Patrick, have you seen the crazy hobo?
What?
You know what we should do? You know what we should do? Like, no meme. Just upload these onto TikTok and make it out that these are actual episodes of SpongeBob, and you will trick like all the underages.
He's still out there.
Yeah, he killed his wife and dog earlier today.
No way. Is he dangerous?
I don't know, but I think we should watch out for him.
Hey, SpongeBob, have you heard about these nuts?
A few moments later.
What do you think, Patrick? Should we try weed?
Oh, look at the Gary there. Yep.
Oh,
Working as
I
intended.
don't know, SpongeBob.
Working as intended there.
mean it. It's been banned for so long now.
Yeah, but that's only because people aren't educated about it.
You've probably heard of people doing crazy things when they're high,
53
like
Gumball
climbing
Apartment
trees or
6.
jumping out of windows.
I thought that was in the video, but someone just donated with the SpongeBob TTS.
A few moments later.
Wait, what?
Moments
What?
later.
Hey, Patrick, I've been thinking about sex a lot lately.
Yeah, me too. SpongeBob, I'm starting to think that it might be time we tried it out.
Holy!
Really?
Holy!
You think so too?
They actually are gay. They are gay. It really does make sense now. Like, SpongeBob never had a girlfriend. Patrick never did. It actually makes sense now.
Yeah, I mean, we're both adults now. It's not like either of us is going to get pregnant or anything.
I suppose you're right. Maybe it's time we took the plunge. What do you think, Patrick? Do you want to have sex with me?
A few
You know what the worst thing is about it? The writing for this is still somehow better than current Simpsons shows. Current Simpsons seasons have weaker writing than this AI-generated garbage.
moments later.
Hey,
Is it canon? No, 100% it's canon. No, definitely.
Hey,
Babs,
you are really
you
awesome.
okay?
You helped me get through the week where I was getting investigated by the FBI for trolling too hard. All love from America.
Thank you, Ash, for the 10. Wait, you're being investigated by the FBI for trolling? Oh, it's normal pyro viewer.
What happened to you?
It's a long story, but basically, I got addicted to Kidman.
A few moments later.
All right, Patrick, let's talk about cock and ball torture.
Who writes these?
What is that?
Who writes these? Does no one watch SpongeBob anymore? Did they have to like make it like M-rated to get the audience in? Like you scrunge for 11 months.
It's a type of DCM where the genitals are subjected to different types of torture.
You know what? Okay, they're talking about cock and ball torture, right? Hang on. You know, I didn't even realize. You know when I did the video on Cry of Fear?
You know what week is? Your biceps lol.
My biceps are enormous. Look at this. Look at that. My biceps are enormous. Don't you dare say otherwise. I just have a sleeper build. Yeah, so they were talking about cock and ball torture. Look at this. So this is the flashlight in Cry of Fear, right? The flashlight that you've got. And I didn't even know this, but on the top of it, on the front,
Wait the slop video for this, D.
it says cock and ball torture. They wrote the logo to say cock and ball torture. And that has been living rent-free in my head. So that's, yeah, I just got reminded of that.
Painful.
It can be, depending on the intensity of the torture, but it can also be a huge turn-on for some people.
Interesting. I'm not sure I'm up for that, though.
A few moments later.
What's up?
Someone in chat is saying, I've been taking kit. I haven't taken kit.
Why does this have better script writing than main channel Pyro videos?
Okay, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not say that about the video I've been working 8 fucking months on. Let's not go there. Let's not go there with the GLaDOS donos. Let's not do that, Ron, donating $10 out of your mum's purse. Let's not go there.
Sandy.
And
What about it?
it just seems like it would be so fun.
What do you mean, Sandy?
You look like a walking
She
stick.
means,
But the sad reality, I already wasted $30 on you. My life is sad.
Thank you, sad person, for the $10.
we could all have some fun together. A threesome.
Why is it all about sex, by the way, in SpongeBob? Hello? Why? The last 3 bits have all been about sex. Thank you, High Priestic, for the month.
What do you think, Patrick? Is a threesome something you'd be into?
Oh, I don't know. Who knows? It might be fun, but I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm not really into girls that much.
Okay, he's gay. He's gay. It's actually confirmed. Okay, guys, canon. Patrick is gay. I knew it. Ever since I saw him in the SpongeBob film showing his ass off when he was flying in the air naked, he's gay. He's gay. 100%. It's confirmed now. Canon writing.
Plus, Sandy's my friend. I don't want to ruin our friendship by having sex with her. That's just not me. But a threesome with her and you, I could see that being really hot.
Wait a minute. Okay, so you're saying he's not into girls, fair enough. And then Sandy's his friend, doesn't want to ruin the relationship, you know, like a friends with benefits. I get that. But then he's basically low-key admitted he would sit and watch.
You know what else is small? You. Rigo. Feels okay and also has blue. You haven't shown your rabbit in a while and I'm getting worried.
Thank you, Turbulent, for the 10. My rabbit's fine. He's just down the hallway in like a little hutch, little rabbit hutch. So anyway, he just admitted to wanting to be sat there in the cook chair. Actually in the cook chair. Now the gay stuff, that's fine. That's fine. It's current year, like who cares, right? Like who are we to judge? That's fine. But the cook chair. The cook have you guys heard the meme? Every hotel got the cook chair. This is Patrick Star. Look at this. Every hotel got the cook chair. I've noticed this as well. Every hotel I've stayed at, they always have that chair that just doesn't do anything. There's no desk for it. You can't work from it. It literally just is the cook chair. Every hotel has the cook chair. And Patrick Star would be sat on that chair.
A few moments later.
Hey, Patrick, how'd your day go?
It was good, SpongeBob. I mean, that's great, but good.
Why does Patrick actually just sound like Patrick? Because the AI like TTS is a little bit delayed and slowed, but because Patrick is literally slow in the brain, it is so fitting.
Really? What happened?
Well, I talked to McCrabs about going into rehab for his ketamine addiction. He seemed really happy about it.
That's good news, Patrick. Mr. Krabs needs to get help for his problem. Do you think he'll actually go through with it?
Given his track record, I doubt it. But we'll see.
Imagine like if SpongeBob came out during like the Rogan era. Where like, you know, all the shows were like anti-drugs. Wait, is it Rogan? What was that president called? Reagan, not Rogan. Ronald Reagan. When he was like doing all that anti-drug stuff and it was all being pushed in the cartoons. If we got SpongeBob during his presidency, they would actually be talking about Mr. Krabs on ketamine.
Hey, Patrick, wanna have sex?
Okay.
Oh, sure. I'm always up for a good time.
Oh, sure. That's fine.
Right! Follow me into my bedroom.
They're literally in their bedroom.
So, are you ready for this?
Totally. I've been thinking about this all day.
A few
we don't even get to see it? What's the point?
No. What's going on?
What's the point? Like, why live if you can't even see it? That's so pointless. Let me go to the live stream.
A few moments later.
Hey, Patrick.
Let me go to the live stream.
But WHY, so much fun.
I don't know. It just doesn't appeal.
What are they talking about again?
A few moments
Are they
later.
talking about sex again?
I can't believe it. Patrick, we're cancelled.
What do you mean?
We're cancelled. They talk about gay
Mister,
sex the whole
Krabs
time.
just came in and said that we're being taken off the air.
Oh no, this is terrible. We've been on the air for how many years?
After a week of being an impatient
Tiananmen
wishing to
Square
kill myself.
tipped $5.
Been a hard month for me. Always loved your slop, and appreciate your content very much. Actually does help me. Wish you well.
Release was like yesterday after a week of being patient wishing to kill myself. Been a hard month. Oh, thank you, Shifty Eyes for the 10. No, I appreciate it. Hopefully you're doing better, man. The best strat, if you want to get your brain out of a shit place, is just to distract yourself. People say that that's such a bad thing, like you're avoiding the problem, but honestly, it just all you're doing is distracting yourself until you get a bit more like serotonin or dopamine in your brain, and then you can deal with things differently. But yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I agree with Patrick here. I do agree. It's pretty controversial, but I agree. I like how our tune in had a stroke.
7 seasons plus a movie.
7 seasons.
That's a long time. What are we going to do now?
I don't know. Patrick! I just don't know.
A few moments later.
Hey, Patrick!
Hi, SpongeBob. What's up?
Well, I was just wondering if you wanted to come over to
Okay,
my house
this
and
will-
play some games.
Who's called Tiananmen Square?
Sure.
Tiananmen
That
Square.
sounds like fun.
Great! I'll see you later then.
Okay, they're playing some games. That's kind of wholesome.
Bye.
Nothing wrong with that. That's actually kind of wholesome.
A few moments later.
Patrick, have you heard of the deceased ligna?
No. What is it?
I'm not sure, but I think it might be serious. I read
They're
an article
actually
about it on
stuck
the
in
internet.
2019. We need to get them
What
out.
does it do?
We need to get them out. They are
It
stuck in
causes people to
2019.
die.
Oh no. We have to tell everyone to get vaccinated.
What? Why is this like an actual plot in a SpongeBob episode,
A
though?
few
It feels like
moments
Patrick would
later.
actually fall for that.
So,
Wait, someone in chat said
Patrick,
Pyrocynical's
what do you
watching.
think of Fallout Bar?
Pyrocynical's watching.
I don't know, SpongeBob. I'm not really into that kind of thing.
Thank you, Hardick, for the 8 months.
What do you mean? It's one of the most popular video games ever.
Like, he's got the GameCube controller.
I know, but I just don't really care for it.
Is mayonnaise
You
an
like
instrument?
flies so much.
Should we just go to like the most recent, like live? Let's have a look. Have a look what they got. I have to refresh.
Valley like that. Who knows what kind of treasure we could find?
A few moments later.
Now, boys, I'm gonna need you to stay sharp for me this afternoon.
Right, keep in mind he's got a ketamine addiction.
Sharp as a tack, Mr. Krabs.
Patrick's speaking skills. That's the name of it. Patrick's speaking skills.
That's my boy. Nah, I'm sure you both
Patrick's
remember the old
speaking
Krusty Krab
skills.
The one where we gave them too much food and then charged them for it.
Patrick's
The very
speaking
one.
skills.
And I expect you twos, your nuggins, to think up some new way to give the customers this time around.
Don't worry, Squidward. We'll come up with something.
Okay, they're gonna do a crypto
Now
scam.
get to work,
100%
boys.
they're gonna do a crypto scam.
A few moments later.
Patrick's speaking
Patrick,
skills.
what are you doing?
You can suggest ideas.
I'm
for
committing
how to talk
tax
about
fraud,
if you reach
SpongeBob.
level 5 on the Discord.
What's that?
Oh damn, really? Thank you, Mazzy, for the
It's when
10.
you don't pay all the tax
Okay,
you
I
owe.
like Patrick here. The tax evasion
that's
thing sounds
illegal.
really good in a video game.
Yeah, but it's also really fun. Come on, it'll be a blast.
You know what the funny thing is about
A
tax
few
fraud?
moments
You get
later.
charged the same as
Hey,
second-degree
Patrick,
murder.
Have you seen Breaking Bad?
Okay, this could be good. Okay.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love that show.
Say good thing. Come on. Yep.
Yeah, me too. I just can't get enough of that Walter
Okay.
White
I
guy.
like this. I like this AI. I like this
He's
AI.
so cool. I can't believe he's been able to keep getting away with all of his crimes.
Well,
Yeah, I know. It's like he's some kind of criminal mastermind or
Wait,
something.
what season are they on? Like season
I'm a
3?
little worried about him.
Are they on like season 3?
Worry about him. WHY?
WHY.
Well, it seems to me like he's getting a little bit out of control. He's been doing all these terrible things and he seems to be enjoying it too much. I'm worried that he might end up going too far and
SpongeBob
getting
needs to
himself
do
into
video.
trouble.
SpongeBob needs to do video essays. He's analyzing Walter White's character.
He knows what he's doing. He seems like a pretty smart guy.
Yeah, you're probably right. But still, I can't help but worry about him.
That's amazing. He's actually predicting Walter White's downfall.
A few
That is
moments
amazing.
later.
Patrick,
What?
what are those things?
Oh, these are Minecraft sex mods.
Mods? What do you mean by mods?
Oh, Minecraft sex mod.
Well,
Okay,
it's a
you
way
don't
of
need to explain
increasing
it
the
to her,
sexual
bro.
experience in the game. There are all sorts of different mods out there. Ones that make the creatures look different. Ones that make the sex scenes more intense.
Sex
Ones
scenes more
that add new
intense!
storylines.
I'm done. I'm done.
And you've tried them all out.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of the mods. They really take the game to a whole new level.
He is literally me.
Really? How so?
He is literally me.
Well, for starters, the sex scenes are a lot more realistic with the mods. Added storylines can be really hot and steamy. I mean, you just should try it out sometime. It's a lot of fun.
You can see like Gary just begging him to stop. Like, please, man.
A few moments later.
Holy shit! Like Patrick's a little
I've
bit.
been thinking
It's a little bit kinky.
Oh boy, what about?
about those kidney-laced Krabby Patties.
What about them?
Do you think they're sex?
Who knows? But they're definitely more fun than regular Krabby Patties.
Great joke.
Critically.
Yeah, he's having a brain aneurysm. Yeah, he's having a stroke. He's having a stroke, and there's just like Detroit gunshots in the background from the dono. This is the true definition of Patrick's speaking skills. He's actually using all of every neuron in his brain to speak.
Hey, Patrick, what's up?
Not much, SpongeBob. Just talking with Sandy about stuff.
You. I just telling Patrick how I'm going to be the new queen of the squirrels.
Okay, that's pretty wholesome. How can this go wrong?
What? That you can't be the queen of the squirrels. You're
a squirrel.
Yeah. I was born a squirrel and I'll die a squirrel.
Is that the one wholesome bit we've had?
You don't even have a tail.
Okay, he's just blind.
That's because I lost it in a battle with a gang of raccoons.
Are they all on fentanyl? Like she has a tail. It's right there.
A few moments later.
Patrick, have you ever heard of SpongeBob or?
No, I'm not watching this. No.
It's when someone eats another person.
No! Why is he playing this?
Why would anyone do that?
No!
I don't know, but it's a real thing.
No!
I saw on the internet.
Nah, we're done with this.
I don't want to see it.
Nah, we're done with this.
Or think about it.
Nah, we're done with this. We're done with this. We're done with this. We're done with this. Oh my Lord, baby Jesus. I'm not being called out like that. Oh, no. No. That was... No. I don't... They know you're watching. It's an AI. Oh. That was something. That was definitely something. That was definitely something.
Nothing happened on June 4th, 1989.
Pyro, you are literally like one of the 4 good British people in the entire world. Can I get a trans rights?
And I think...
Hell yeah, trans rights. Thank you, balls, the 10. Belch.
Hey Pyro, I'm stone watching Drive right now. God, Ryan Gosling is literally me.
Ryan Gosling is... No. Ryan Gosling's me. Ryan Gosling is actually me though, for real.
No, I just...
Okay, all right. I want to get on to something else now. That was the May 31st incident. Yeah, there's an incident every fucking week at this point. I wanted to watch this because it keeps coming up in my recommended. I'm not sure what it's about, but one of you in chat was suggesting that I watch this guy, Whistling Diesel. He apparently just makes and buys these insane vehicles and just runs them over shit. You know, like, his views are insane. Like, goddamn. Make a slop for it? Yeah, no, I will. That was funny. That was funny. Yeah, he just, like, laws don't apply to me. I own a tank. It's just, like, you know, classic American... I get big thing and then I run it over. But he's made a video called When You Don't Back Down Like the Government Expects You to. So true.
I just want to start this off by first saying I would much rather be making a fun piece of entertainment for everyone right now. But the court system has forced my hand. I don't really have a choice, and I feel like the
I hate to admit it, I've never watched this guy, by the way. Never watched him. I have no idea who he is. But, like, his background reminds me a lot of Liver King. It's that same kind of energy. You've got the dollar bills for some reason. You've got the SMG there. You've got the grenades. You've got the claymore. I hope he's turned that off. I hope that's not a real claymore.
general public should know about what is going on in the DeKalb County, Tennessee court system right now. That being said, about 2 years ago, I caught a man stealing from me. I went to his house. I got the police to get a search warrant within 10 minutes, and I forgave him for stealing thousands of dollars in priceless items from me, as his wife stood there crying, and I showed him mercy for stealing 20 things from me. And I think it's very ironic that a person that is stolen is not...
Sorry, I'm not sure the context of the situation. I'll watch the video in a second, but like him just saying, like, I showed mercy. I showed mercy to you. He's talking like he's a Far Cry villain. Does anyone remember in a... Okay, here's a bit of a throwback. Video game reference. You guys remember Far Cry 3 multiplayer? I never talked about it in my Far Cry video, but like in the Far Cry 3 multiplayer, whenever you were on the winning team and you were the MVP, you had a choice of whether to execute or to show mercy to the other team's MVP. I'll see if I can find an example. But it was a really genius feature, and I wish more games did it. Hang on. It was like kill or it was mercy. I'll show you. But yeah, so your MVP, you as the MVP on the winning team, would basically choose what you did with the MVP of the losing team.
You think you can hurt me? You have to try harder than that. Come on! You even trying? Beat the fucker! Oh!
So that's like the opening one, but the more XP you got and the more finishes or mercy you unlocked, they got more and more ridiculous. So let's look at like let's look at one like near the end, like end game mercy.
All right, it's time to show me what you got.
Okay.
All right. Go.
I like you've just got the disappointment of your teammates as well.
It's time.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I'm trying to see what else they've got for I'm trying to see what they've got for oh yeah, there was like one where you fan them or something. That's right. Like imagine, man. Imagine barely clutching and then doing like mercy as well. I'm trying to see what the worst one was for you've got, hang on. Oh, this might be, is this it here?
Yeah. What a little
Oh my god, the T. Okay, you couldn't have that in a modern game. You couldn't have that in a modern game. What the hell? I love Far Cry 3 now.
Not in jail, and I and a friend may be going to jail for allegedly splashing with jet skis. So this video isn't meant to be slanderous in any way whatsoever.
Wait, why is he going to jail for splashing on jet skis? Like, Ace family did that, and that was totally fine. You guys remember that, right? They were on jet skis, and they were literally causing like a mudslide. They went on like, yeah, they went on like a jet. Okay, that's not what actually happened, by the way. That they did not cause that much of a mudslide. But the Ace family had a jet ski on their pool, and because it was so high up, they were causing all the water from their pool to like go down and like hit the other residents and cause like a small mudslide.
Everything I say is factual. I have the paperwork right in front of me. So on May 12th, 2022, I was on a lake filming a video with some friends, and after we were done filming that video, we went jet skiing. There was not a single other person on the lake. Me and my friend are just riding jet skis how jet skis are meant to be used. We're not getting in close proximity. We're not trying to hit each other. We're not doing anything dangerous. A boat of 4 TWRA officers, which is their version of the DNR, pulls up, but then charges my friend and I for reckless operation.
We're giving you a big break, okay? You are getting charged with reckless operation, and then...
I like the meme images on the top right corner because I'm actually not sure how to feel. Thank you for putting Robert Downey Jr. Flabbergasted.
You are getting charged with reckless operation, and then no butter egg. You gotta have butter egg off.
Which is a Class A misdemeanor in Tennessee. I got the same charge as a DUI. The max penalty.
Wait, so what was the charge again?
My friend and I for reckless operation.
Reckless operation. That... I feel like that's such a cope that could be applied to like anything. That's so up to the officer you're dealing with. If you're dealing with an officer that's like a complete bastard and he woke up and his wife already left to like, he woke up in the cook chair this morning and his wife and the bull was already gone. Like he's probably not in a good mood. But then if you deal with like a nicer officer, maybe he wouldn't really care that much. I don't know. I feel stuff like that is just like that was reckless. Why? You were swerving a lot. So stupid. Thank you, Ian Butcher, for joining. Holy! Is your profile picture Tally from Mass Effect? Holy based!
Okay? You are getting charged with reckless operation, and then no butter egg. You gotta have butter egg off.
Thing is, if there was like, people in the background and stuff, like kids on like a floaty or something, or like people with boats, like, and it was pretty crowded, I would kind of understand that, because you'd be like disrupting the peace a little bit. But again, it's like, look how barren this lake is. I'm sorry, you got it. I'm charging you with a reckless operation. You're disturbing the fish.
Which is a Class A misdemeanor in Tennessee. I got the same charge as a DUI. The max penalty for that is a year in jail. This is my first time on a Tennessee lake. This officer was 100% unapologetic for this. There was no suggestion of a warning. So we go to court. I'm assuming that this is going to be like a speeding ticket. I'm like, all right, we'll just get this taken care of. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I think it sucks. Like, again, it's always down to what officer you deal with, right? Because you could deal with, like, I remember once I got pulled over. Well, I didn't get pulled over. I was in an Uber and my Uber driver ran like 2 red lights and then the cop like pulled him over. And he was like pretty nice to the driver, to be fair. He was like, he's basically saying like, you're a fucking moron. Like, you know that, right? But like, I'm not really going to like fine you or anything. And I was chatting with the guy, and he was pretty friendly. But then you get some police, and like they literally, the only other person I can compare them to is a nightclub bouncer. Like, they want the argument. They want you to escalate it. They almost like kind of like bait you and goad you, and they're just so like passive aggressive and petty.
A year later, I am still going to court over
thank you, Spiky, for joining.
Splashing with a jet ski. And this is what started what I'm about to talk about. The DA, which is the district attorney in charge of prosecuting everyone for the county. He's the one that presses cases and decides which ones are worth their time and what's not. He takes me and my friend John into a dark room. The lights are off in this room with the 2 officers.
He took him into the back rooms. No, not the back rooms.
Down at the table across from us. And I remember this so vividly because I could not believe it when I was hearing it. He said, I don't do this often, but I'm going to offer you guys a deal. You have a lot of pull and following on the internet. I know that you could get a lot of people to go to our Voters Ed class. Make a video inviting people to our Voters Ed class. Oh my
god.
Everything. Now,
that's blackmail. Well, okay, that's bribery at least. That's insane. Literally saying, make a video promoting us and it'll all go away. That is insane. I mean, that is okay, that kind of is blackmail, though, because it's like, if you don't do it, we're still going to press charges. Oh, my God.
What if I was someone else who didn't have that? Would they be offered that deal? Or are they just going to press the charges? All right, go to jail for a year. So They knew who I was because I had made a video on what happened that day, and they felt that they could get a video out of me. I said, no, I mean, I have sponsors. I can't just make a video on any random subject. This is my business. I say, no, this is unfair. You can't extort my business in exchange for promoting your government agency. He's all offended. He's like, all right, well, it's off.
Most normal American police. I mean, we know that they accept bribes. Why do you think in like, video games you can literally bribe the police? I swear, like mafia games, you can bribe the police to look the other way.
Table then or whatever. All right, this is like an episode of CSI now. We walk out of the dark room. John and I go to walk down the hallway to leave, and he says, oh, come back here. My son or the kid that works here, I forget, one of the two, wants a photo with you. I was nice and took a photo with his son, but why would a government employee, a DA, ever do that? How can you look at someone and tell them to take a photo with your son after you just tried charging them with a year in jail? That just started everyone off on the wrong foot.
Yeah, that's just flexing. And it really just shows like where that DA's priorities are. That is madness. It's like, oh yeah, so I'm just going to casually bribe you. I could lose my job for that. But yeah, if you guys can make a video, that'd be great. Also, get a picture with my kid over here. That'd be great. He's actually a big fan. I've actually got PewDiePie next. I'm going to sue him. And my son also wanted a picture.
So I made a video talking about it. And the DA saw this. And he has made it his absolute effort to try to push this through. One day we go into the court for the preliminary hearing. We're the only ones dressed up in suits because we haven't murdered anyone or dealt meth. The judge is sitting up there and they cross-examine the officers that pulled us over that day. They say, were you wearing body cams? No, we weren't wearing body cams. My lawyer asks the officer that pulled us over, what did...
This scares me, man. This makes me think, like, if I ever went to America and did anything, I feel like I'd need a body cam on. Because, like cops can just lie. They can just flat out lie and, like, they'd believe the authority figure over you. No wonder that everyone in the world has a dash cam on their car. I feel like everyone's going to be having, like, body cams next. Again, I've said this numerous times. The UK is a shithole, but the one thing that we've got is we're not America.
What did you witness them doing? He says, I witnessed them operating their jet skis within 30 yards of each other, which is 90 feet. He then asks, what is the legal operating distance of two watercraft between each other? He says, 150 feet. The judge then corrects the TWA officer and says, no, it looks like it's actually 100 feet. So you're telling me that this officer could tell from half a mile away through binoculars that we were within 10 feet of getting a year in jail. Ever since that pretrial, I was waiting for the audio recording. I had my lawyer submit a request. A month goes by. I call, finally. I say, hey, where is our pretrial? I would really like this pretrial. Sorry, we can only give that to your lawyer. So I said, all right, well, he's going to come pick it up.
See, what Whistling Diesel doesn't understand is the cop was eating his carrots. He actually had 20/20 vision, and he could actually see if there was a 10 feet gap half a mile away. You silly boy. You silly boy, Diesel. You should have just taken the offer in the dark room. In the dark room where they've got probably like night vision cameras and parabolic microphones.
Sorry, we're having problems with our system. No, he's going to get it Monday. They're stalling as much as they can for us to not have this. My lawyer drives 2 hours to the courthouse Monday.
You mean 10 donuts apart? Come on. The cop donut joke, come on. Thank you, Ham Sandwich, for joining.
And he picks up this CD, DeKalb County Prelim, State versus Detweiler.
This is going to be like the CD in Breaking Bad where like Walter White's admitting that all his crimes. You know that scene where it's like, my name is Walter Hartwell White. I live 308 Negro Royal Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87104. I am making this as a confession.
We get the CD, and we try it in literally everything. CD There's nothing.
It's a blank CD.
Yeah, it would be here.
They gave him a virus!
But what I can't...
Just the one file on it is like free Harry Potter film 1080p.
Can't understand is why the CD's blank. They say, oh, we've been having some trouble with our system lately. Okay, well, their system can only burn CDs apparently. I want audio of this pretrial. This literally explains my innocence. My lawyer sends me this letter that he got from the judge. This is so funny. I'm sending you a copy of the audio recording from the preliminary hearing held on February 21st, 2023. This audio is released to you as counsel for the defendant to assist in the defense of the pending case. While I understand that you may need to play this audio recording for your client as part of your preparation, and you may need to share this with the co-defendant's counsel, you are not authorized to disseminate disseminate or distribute this recording to any other persons. And this recording shall not be published in any form on any social media or any media platform. This applies to your client or anyone acting on behalf of or in concert with your client. Should you have any problems with my instructions, you're welcome to contact my office to discuss this with me directly. All right. You want to play that game?
Is the district attorney Billy Mitchell? Is it Billy Mitchell? I don't even understand how you could be this corrupt.
They don't want me to have anything to talk about on social media because they know that I'm making videos talking about what's going on in the court. I don't care if their equipment's not updated. Sure, it'd be fine if the CD actually had anything on it. But what's up with the games? Like, I don't get that. And they also send me the letter that says I can't have the pretrial when any other person in any other case would get the pretrial. The poor other kid.
Imagine losing out like on a pretrial as a YouTuber over like a 10-foot gap on a jet ski. And then you've got some guy like some meth head who's on like heroin and fentanyl. He just walks past you like, yeah, I'm just here for my pre-trial, my pre-hearing. It's fine.
Hey Pyro, could you repeat the words you spoke 30 minutes ago? I need something for my script so I can feed my piggies.
No, Charlie. No, Charlie. I'm not giving you anything. You have enough money. You have enough money.
Kid that's in on this with me is kind of at my mercy because they won't drop it for him. So as long as I don't back down, this other kid faces the same charges as me. So any other person would not be able to afford the legal fees to take something this far, especially with a good lawyer. Let's just say I've hired someone to help take care of this because I would like to. Let's just say that all of this could be resolved very quickly, I feel like. So I am now in.
Honestly, what this guy should have done is, I know I shouldn't be cracking jokes at this. He should have got a sponsor on this video. Imagine. He's got like 4 million views, which is really good. Like how much money is he going to get back off this video? Probably about like, let's say maybe 20k if he did like mid-rolls every couple seconds, maybe. And then if he got like a sponsor for it, which he could probably get like 50k for because it's such a well done video, he could actually pay for his lawyer. He could pay for his lawyer entirely. I know that sounds really like insensitive. I'm just kind of seeing it from a financial.
Just over 70.
Yeah, sponsored by Ridge Wallet. Imagine it's just sponsored by Claymore. It's just like got the Claymore, the laser sets up.
$5,000 in legal fees for this. I'm paying for myself.
He paused to look at the view count, considering what Pyro's saying. Wait, what did he?
So I am now in.
He's like, oh shit, 4 mil. Fuck, I could have got NordVPN on this. I could have got Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah, he's like, 4 mil. Hang on a minute. 4 mil? 4 fucking mil? Why not sponsor this?
Just over $75,000 in legal fees for this. I'm paying for myself and this other kid to help defend him because he literally operates a cattle farming business. Like really, you picked the absolute worst possible person to fuck with because I don't put up with this, and I see it happen all the time.
I'm happy you censored the word fuck there. That's really good because there is too much profanity on YouTube. And he also still has the alcohol, the gun, the grenades, the claymore, the shell cartridges. Just doesn't make any sense. You know the worst thing is as well, that anecdote he was talking about being taken into like a dark room and being interrogated like it was Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell. I don't think he's even going to be able to use that in court because there's no proof of it. There is no proof of that even happening whatsoever. So you can say that on a YouTube video, but that's just not that's not going to weigh in court at all. That's just going to turn into like he said, she said.
Protests against courts seeing civilians as vulnerable and weak people that they can take advantage of, and to help pay for $75,000 in legal fees. I have made the jet ski.
Oh no, he got on it. He didn't do an ad read. He did merch.
Now I hand drew this. I literally whipped it up in 30 seconds on Photoshop.
Why does that go kind of hard though? That actually goes kind of hard though.
So it says,
I like that.
Eliminate him.
Eliminate him.
Bad, ban water. No.
Okay, this guy's got an art degree. This guy's actually got like an art degree. Oh my god. Okay. This guy actually has an art degree. Hang on a minute. I'm going to screenshot that. Alright, nice.
H2O. Jail citizens with boats. Here's my plan. If I could just get 5,000 people to buy this shirt, that's enough to take this to the Supreme Court. So that everyone can afford this shirt, I made it cheaper than all the others. And it's now on monstermax.com. This is not real money, in case people think I'm just rolling in the dough. I spent more time on this t-shirt than the DeKalb County Courthouse spends on professionally putting together a court case. Anyways, this is just to help to pay for the court fees. I'm going to mention this to my lawyer. Hopefully we can get some live media coverage for the next court case.
There was furry inflation in the recent screenshots. No, there wasn't. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Because I think that'd be really entertaining since they tried hiding the prelim trial from everyone. I think it'd be really entertaining if everyone got to see it happen in real time.
That's insane, though. He's going to sell out of that as well. He's definitely going to sell out. All funds will go to legal fees. That's genius. I really like that. Surely he sold out. Let's have a little look. Iconic hoodie. Drop bombs tee. Okay, this is kind of cool merch, actually. There it is, the jet ski. Yeah, that actually goes kind of hard. I like that. Anyway, I want to watch this one now. This is the worst Garry's Mod ripoffs.
When something is good, people tend to copy it. That's a concept that stretches to just about any community or niche that you can think of. Music is copied. Fashion is copied. Art is copied. So it only makes sense.
Did you guys hear about that music case actually with who's the ginger guy? What's his name? The guy with the funny eyes. He's got like really lazy eyes, like worse than me. What's his name? Ginger music guy. This guy, what's his name? What's his name? Fuck me, what's his name? What's his fucking... I'm not... Ed Sheeran. I'm not clicking on your little gay article. Yeah, Ed Sheeran actually was in a court case over, like,
hey,
music...
Byron, you should be more careful with what you share on stream, cause your recent screenshots had some interesting furry art. Cheers.
Thank you, Ecto, for the 10. Yeah, we know, buddy. We know. Yeah. So he got involved in a court case where it was like someone claimed that he stole their music, and then he had to like play a guitar in the courtroom or something. It was just embarrassing. It was such an awkward case. I can't show any of it because it wasn't actually like televised or recorded or filmed or anything like that. But he basically said at one point like, "Oh, if I lose this case, I'm going to quit music forever." And surprise, surprise, he did not lose the case.
Instead, in the volatile world of video games, copycats are pretty much going to be guaranteed. We've seen big culture.
It makes a good point though, because like, look at me, right? I moved over to like daily videos, and then Critical started copying me. So it really does go to show like everyone just starts copying each other. It's insane.
Truly relevant titles like Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, Minecraft, and Halo.
20k bitrate with the chair X pawn, bro. What the hell?
Thank you, Anonymous, for the 10. I don't know what you're talking about.
Halo becomes so popular that the rest of the gaming industry can't help but try their hand in making their own versions of those winning formulas. The games that come out of this phenomenon are called clones, or knockoffs, or rip-offs, whatever you want to call them. And as negative as that connotation may sound, they're really not all that bad. Some video game clones, while derivative, are actually pretty good by their own merit.
That's Infiniminer, by the way. That was the game that Minecraft was based off. Like, without Infiniminer, Minecraft just flat out would not exist.
A lot of them even end up surpassing the games that they are originally knocking off.
Oh, that game was really fun, the one with the portals.
There's one video game that, despite being culturally relevant, pretty simple to understand.
Are you planning on watching Alt Shift X's video on All Tomorrows today, or are you saving it for a later date? Thanks for the amazing slop.
Thank you, Give Me Butter for the 10. I could watch it this stream, but I'll probably save it for another time, I think.
And most importantly, old, remains an anomaly, as despite meeting all the criteria for when a video game usually gets copied, it still has yet to be cloned in a proper manner. That video game is Garry's Mod.
Gay Mod?
Garry's Mod is in a really strange spot. It's undeniably very popular, has had a huge impact on the internet, and is cobbled together with sticks and masking.
I like how people just always default to using Das Bullshit. Is that Das Bullshit or was it Icton? Oh, there was so many people back then.
And is cobbled together with sticks and masking tape. But despite all that, there really aren't any competitors or clones of Garry's Mod.
What's that gun called in Gary's mod? Gmod, is it called the prop gun? That's right. There was someone on Etsy and wait, hang on. There was someone on Etsy and they were selling a prop gun that actually had like a screen on it and stuff. It looks so fucking cool. I mean, that's pretty cool. But someone had like an actual functional screen on it. The tool gun, I think it's called. Oh, tool gun. It's called the tool gun. But there it is. That looks so cool, bro. Like, come on. Oh my god. Look at that shit. That is so cool. I would love that. I would pay $1 for that. Man. That is actual sex. I love that. And it's like the stock Windows XP like layouts. That's so cool. I love that.
If someone asked you to name Minecraft clones, you'd probably be able to rattle off a few pretty quickly. But when it comes to Gary's mod, the only clones that it has are so bad, miss the mark so much, and are usually so janky that it's almost not even fair to make fun of them.
I feel, does it even have any clones? I know that Sandbox is a clone. Well, it's not even really a clone, is it? It's a sequel.
So today we're gonna make fun of them. Yeah. Have you ever looked at Gmod and gone, wow?
His transition slides are really nice. I like them.
Steam and possibly a Bitcoin miner. If you have, you are A, very, very weird, and B, very, very lucky, because that's exactly what Mod and Play is. Mod and Play is an Unreal Engine 4 ripoff of Gary's mod that's on Steam. It's a Russian-made game that lists pretty much no information about itself or its developer anywhere online. As far as I can tell, this game was made pretty much...
As soon as I heard it was Russian, it was over. It was actually over. Just an atomic heart moment.
Much to just trick people into spending $3 on it, but it actually unintentionally delivers a product that's kind of worth...
I hate to admit it, right? I really hate to admit this, because it is such a shit argument. You know when people say, like, old good, new bad? It kind of is the case. With Gary's mod, it's almost been cemented... Because it's been around for so long, it is cemented as nostalgia. And if you can cement something as nostalgia, you have so much brand loyalty there that it is so hard to actually pull someone away. Like this looks like slop, but you could set up the exact same thing in Gary's mod and be like, oh, it's the G-Man, it's Dr. Kleiner, oh, soul.
The process. By default, what you get in Mod and Play amounts to basically nothing. There's a very limited selection of super generic weapons, maps, and props that clearly had no effort put into them, and
stream that the soldier in TF2 should be buffed, more ammo, more damage to the pyro class, and also bigger rocket hitbox.
Thank you, Soldier. No, fuck you, Soldier Main TF2 for the 10. Okay, so how can you buff the soldier's damage when he one-taps everything? How can you buff the soldier when he gets 4 rockets per magazine? Doesn't make any sense, by the way. And he one-shots everything. And then you'll say to me, oh, well, he doesn't one-shot a heavy, actually. He doesn't one-shot a heavy. It's like 2 to 3 rockets to kill a heavy. Well, the soldier would just get a critical anyway, out of pure fucking luck. It's funny, actually. The crit chance is so incredibly low for all classes, but with the soldier, it's like 99%. It's insane.
Stupid NPCs that just barely meet the bare minimum requirements to be considered AI.
That looks awful.
I really want to describe this game as...
the copy off of you, bro.
Get out here, Charlie. Okay, Pyro, keep doing your sloppy slop.
You killed Charlie? You killed him? Damn, that was kind of cold. I mean, I got no more competition now, but it's kind of cold.
It's janky, but I don't know if that would be the right word for it. Gmod is janky. That's what makes Gary's mod Gary's mod. But Mod...
He only does 100 damage per rocket. Yeah, you forgot to add a 0 on the end of that.
Play is just nasty. I don't think there's even a single original asset made for this game. As far as I can tell...
That's the June buggy from Far Cry 2.
Every single asset has been...
That's literally the June buggy from Far Cry 2. What?
...been lovingly ripped off the Unity asset store, which is pretty par for the course of these types of games. Credit where credit is due, though, there is some amount of effort put into Mod and Play, I guess. It has peer-to-peer multiplayer that, from what I can tell, works just fine, and comes with some pretty neat stuff like embedding YouTube videos, text screens, and a prop resizer tool, which Gary's mod, for some reason, still has yet to introduce.
It's like, it looks so soulless because it is just a big box as well.
Since 2014 and now revising for medical school finals. Thank you for the high quality videos and also the daily slop to help me keep sane whilst studying.
Thank you, Maddie, for the 12. Appreciate it, man. Oh.
Why Pyro? My favorite yummy tasteful slop producer. Are you familiar with the web series Buckbow?
The whole experience may amount to only 6 minutes, but it will change your life the way you change ours.
Lou from Birmingham.
Thank you, Ivory Diego, for the 10. Bugbow. Yeah, I've never heard of it. Never heard of it.
The driving is also just straight up better than pretty much.
Why does he look like a child in that car? Look at him. He looks like a little infant in that car.
It's also just
Why is he
straight
so
up
short?
better than pretty much any
Thank you,
vehicle,
Cancerous, for the
official or
9 months.
otherwise I've ever driven in Gary's mod. I mean, it still feels really bad in modern play, but it feels better than Gmod.
Anyway, my point was before the dono, like, because it's a big empty box, it feels so barren. Like, that's why the stock maps in Gmod were always like, you know, GM Construct, GM Flatgrass, because there was at least something that was tied to the actual Source engine in the actual Half-Life games.
Yes. Weapons are the bare minimum. They feel like duty, and the view models lack even the most basic of polish. As much as people hate on Gmod's default arsenal being limited, you start to miss it quite a bit when your only 2 weapons are the nastiest AK ever, paired with the ugliest Glock known to man. The gravity gun model is...
Yeah, that AK looked rough. That looked like a first-person mod in GTA. I played GTA 4 with the first-person mod recently, and that's exactly what it looks like. It does not look functional.
AK ever, paired with the ugliest Glock known to man. The gravity gun model is also just insane. I can't even tell what this is supposed to be. It looks like somebody made a gun out of like a grub or something. I don't know. The tool gun, instead of being a cool revolver, is just your fingers making a gun shape, which I mean, okay, that's kind of based actually. Now, all of that should be just about all there is to this game. A pretty boring ripoff that's severely lacking in content. But Mod & Play comes with a twist. The one thing that Mod & Play has over most cheap Steam shovelware is that it actually has a workshop. Like a real proper one on Steam, just like...
Someone added the entire San Andreas map, and the forest, and City 17. Holy shit.
Gary's mod. As you can imagine, it's mostly full of people porting over stuff from Gmod that the game doesn't come with by default. Think things like GM Construct and Half-Life 2 player models. But people have also taken to porting over full game modes like Murder.
I remember in a previous stream you said you would like to do a fan mail video but haven't really gotten anything big to do so. Don't worry you cute little lesbian, I'll hand make you something you'll like. 01.
Ah, thank you, Greek, for the 10. Yeah, guys, actually, good point. I'm going to do a P.O. Box stream soon, like unboxing stuff. So if any of you want to send me stuff, just go into the description of this video or the about section on my channel and you'll get my P.O. Box address so you can send something there. Send me things! I want to open things on stream!
And even an infinitely generating Minecraft game mode. Some of the stuff on here is actually pretty interesting, solely for the fact that you straight up can't do it in Gmod.
Is that the Habibi? Is that the fucking Habibi kid? Hang on a minute. I think that actually is the Habibi kid. Wait. Habibi.
Hamoud. Hamoud.
It literally is. It is.
Habibi, Hamoud. Hamoud,
Yeah.
Habibi. Hamoud,
Yeah.
Habibi, Hamoud. Hamoud, Habibi. Hamoud. حمود قوم اقعد من النوم قوم اقعد من النوم قوم اقعد من النوم يا أحمد حمادي.
Nice.
The Unreal Engine has no map size limits, which means you can drive around with your friends on the entire Grand Theft Auto San Andreas map. And also Dr. Kleiner is there.
Hamoud.
So that's cool.
Hamoud.
GM Construct is here, of course, lovingly ported over from Source to Unreal. And while there's not a lot to comment on regarding this map, whoever ported it included a secret room and a screenshot of them actually developing the map in the Unreal editor, which I think is pretty hilarious and lends a touch of soul to this otherwise soulless game. It is kind of interesting to see things that are uniquely Source engine get ported over to a brand new top-of-the-line engine, even if the end result is usually pretty gross. It's also funny to...
Because the textures just wouldn't be upscaled either. They just look so grubby. And that actually fits in the Source engine, but like in how shiny the Unreal Engine is, it just doesn't look good.
See that the second
everything just looks glossy now. It doesn't look better, just like gloss.
you make a Gmod clone with workshop support, it'll inevitably just get flooded with cool Gary's mod stuff in favor of whatever generic assets you shipped it with. All in all, I guess there is some sort of potential in Mod & Play thanks to its workshop support. It'll never, ever in a million years compete with Gary's mod, but there's at least an hour or two of fun to be had, and it's $3, so I don't care.
Yeah, you can't really hate on $3, but like again, why even touch
Mod &
it?
Play was a low-effort asset flip that ended up being kind of okay. Modiverse is a high-effort project that ended up...
That's because of PBR materials. I have no idea what that means. I have no idea. I know you do like game dev and stuff, so you'd actually know though. But yeah, I'm not sure. 3 stones with 1 bird. 3 streams with 1 slop.
Sucking bad. I don't even know where to start with this game, man. The menu is insanely complicated, doesn't make any sense, and by default the game has 0 assets in it at all. All of the official assets have to be downloaded from the workshop, which is insane, just for the record, so everyone's clear. That is insane.
So it's basically, it's PS5. So this is a PS5 game. It has no games. You literally need to download other people's work to play it. That is the closest thing to a PS5 on Steam I've ever seen in my life.
That is insane. Imagine having to download Dr. Kleiner from the Gmod workshop. That would be weird. The lighting and stuff isn't bad, I guess, and looks pretty par for the course, but all the models and weapons and everything really are animated poorly and just don't...
Oh, that looks awful. That looks... Look at that text. It's so stretched, like, vertically as well. It's so, like, narrow.
Par for the course, but all the models and weapons and everything really are animated poorly and just don't look good. Which, to be fair, they wouldn't be interesting looking even if they were well made, so I guess it doesn't matter that much.
Dude, that looks like Splatoon. What the hell have they done? That looks so bad. That might actually be Splatoon. Is that Splatoon? It might actually be. My point is, it looks like shit. It looks like something on the Nintendo Switch.
By default, the player models you get are a generic soldier guy, a bunch of variations of generic sci-fi warrior, and also a wolf.
Hey man, those are obviously the Power Rangers. Come on. Have a bit of culture, man.
Variations of generic sci-fi warrior, and also a wolf, for some reason. I don't know. The weapons look like they've been ripped out of a mobile game, and the view models are god-awful and nasty to look at. If you shoot an automatic weapon at all and then switch to a pistol, the automatic weapon will continue to fire forever and ever until it runs out of ammo, and you can't stop it. This is a retail product on Steam, by the way, just so you know. There are so many problems with Modiverse that it's hard to even list them all off. First off, putting the official assets on the workshop means I don't know what the hell is official and what is not, so when I judge...
Wait. Let's see what they got. They got business... Okay, let's see the characters they got here that are rival the Half-Life 2 cast. You've got large video wall, Business Jack, Manuel Dancing, Dennis... Why does Dennis look like the CIA guy? Hang on. Why does Dennis look like the CIA guy? That's actually... Bane? You've got Dowd, John. Great picture of John there. Very good full picture, so you can actually see what John looks like in the preview. Paul, who looks like the Spanish guy in the platform film. Quint, surgeon. I am a surgeon. Zeef, photographer. Looking up guy. I like looking up guy. He's actually my favorite character. And then Zeef. I like looking up guy. I also like Ladder. That's probably my favorite character.
Means I don't know what the hell is official and what is not. So when I judge the quality of the game, I have to judge literally everything. This game, despite being more earnest than basically any other game on this list, also manages to somehow be the worst one. According to some Steam reviews, this game was meant to be a competitor to Pavlov VR, which is hilarious to even think about. Apparently the guy behind the game was meant to be a competitor to
What is going on,
Pavlov
bro?
VR, which is hilarious to even think
I thought that was Jason Brody from Far Cry for a second. I was shitting myself.
Apparently the guy behind Modiverse is the guy responsible for porting Call of Duty Zombies to Pavlov, which sucks because those maps are really cool, and this is doo-doo.
Well, that's because they're not his maps. All he did was like port it over. He didn't come up with the map design of like Shino Numa.
I really do wish I could rip on this game in a deep, intricate way, but the truth is there's just nothing here, and it sucks. There's pretty much nothing redeemable about the whole experience, except these props that are straight up just like real scans of real human people. You can spawn this guy named Manuel, and he does a little gay-ass dance.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I'll show those moves,
so that's
bro.
Modiverse. It's a Garry's Mod ripoff that is so bad that it is literally less fun than Gnome Jigsaw Puzzles.
Gnome Jigsaw Puzzles.
Solve Gnome Jigsaw Puzzles.
Gnome Jigsaw Puzzles.
Oh, hell yeah.
That looks fun, though.
Yeah.
Kaboom. Okay, that actually looks fun, though. I might stream that one day. That actually looks fun.
Nuclear bomb gif.
GoMod is Gmod, but with an O in it. But it's also a mod for Half-Life 1 that aims to be for it.
Wait, that's Gold Source, though, isn't it?
Gmod was for Half-Life 2. This one's a lot less of a ripoff and more of a fan project, but it's still running off with Gmod sauce, so it deserves to be on this list. GoMod, to be honest with you, is not bad for what it sets out.
Yeah, that actually doesn't look bad. Like if you're basically downgrading it to the original source or gold source, then like you've actually got a fair amount to play with there.
It sets out to be Gold Source's version of Gmod, and it accomplishes that pretty well. Along with Half-Life 1 assets, you can
because it's Gold Source, there'll be physics as well, I think, right? I think?
spawn stuff.
No, I don't think there are, actually.
Play maps.
Like there's no ragdolls in Gold Source, I don't think.
From a variety of Gold Source games like CS 1.6 and Half-Life's expansions, which makes it pretty interesting, actually. The only problem I have with it is that it came out in 2010, 6 years after Gmod did, and it frankly just doesn't really serve a purpose beyond novelty. Maybe if you're someone who wants to make films or YouTube content or something in Gold Source, this could be useful, but you're probably better off just using cheats or something. It does have its own version of GM Construct, and as you could probably guess, I think that's pretty cool. If there's one thing these Gmod ripoffs are useful for, it's...
I like that. I think that's actually really cool. I mean, obviously been overshadowed by Gmod. But yeah, there is a lot of novelty to that.
To see weird alternate versions of GM Construct, and GoMod delivers on that pretty nicely.
Like if you wanted to do like a machinima, like for example, like shit, I mean, you know when I was doing the Cry of Fear video, that runs off Gold Source. If I knew about this, I probably would have done like some kind of machinima or something using the engine on this.
I think. I actually used to play GoMod before I had a computer good enough to run Gary's mod.
Already, you should watch Skinamarink. It's a cool indie horror film on YouTube.
Thank you, Ethan, for joining. Thank you, McDonald, for the 10. I've actually watched Skinamarink. I might do a video on it. I don't know. I saw Wendigoon cover it pretty well, and I'm not sure like what I can add on top of him. But I did like Skinamarink.
And I'm sure there's plenty of people who were or are in a similar situation, so I can't hate on it too much. Also, I guess the developers behind this mod saw how popular JB mod got when it came back to life, so they decided to do the very same thing and also rebooted GoMod and called it GoMod Reborn. As far as I can tell, it's just the original GoMod with a bit more effort put into it to make it feel more modern and more like Gmod, so that's cool, I guess. But for me personally, I need to be able to make ragdolls slam their head against walls at 900 miles an hour, and GoMod will never ever be able to deliver.
Yeah, there's no physics.
For that reason,
no ragdolls.
It is fail. Sorry.
I wouldn't say it's fail, but like it's I think when Ratlobber said it was a novelty, that was pretty much summing it up.
Listen, I don't really want to talk about Roblox unless I'm being held at gunpoint, but it came to my attention that Roblox has a thriving community of people making Gmod clones and raise...
Wait, he was saying people? What did he flash on the screen?
Gunpoint, but it came to my attention that Roblox has a thriving community of people...
Is it a Wojak? Yeah.
People making Gmod clones and Ray's mod...
Oh, because his voice broke.
...is supposedly the best one. Now, who is Ray?
Apparently there's some really good games on Roblox. I remember doing that weather survival mod once with some mates. I want to actually do a video at some point on like the Doors horror game, because that actually seems pretty cool.
Clones and Ray's mod is supposedly the best one. Now, who is Ray? The Mexican guy from Achievement Hunter, I guess he made a mod. I don't know. Ray's mod, I'm sorry to say.
It's really good and the only horror game that's ever genuinely shocked me.
VN Echo. Thank you, Leo, for the 10. What is VN Echo? Okay. What the fuck is this? What? Okay. Fuck you. Fuck you. Link me some furry shit on stream.
Say this, I apologize in advance. It's actually surprisingly
bastard.
If not for the gameplay, just by virtue of being free and being able to run on probably a literal potato, it's something. It has its own spawn menu, lets you play with Half-Life 2 weapons, has a weird system for mounting add-ons, and as much as it makes me very mad, the driving in this game also feels better than most Gary's mod vehicles. Sorry. I'm not the biggest Roblox fan in the world, but the fact that Ray's mod opts to use Robloxified versions Robloxified versions of Half-Life 2 NPCs for their spawn menu is actually kind of charming. It's one thing to just port over the NPCs and give them nasty, gross AI, but it's another thing to actually put some effort into the presentation of the game like this.
I like that.
If you're looking for an exact replica of the default Gary's Mod sandbox experience, this game comes pretty damn close. I mean, it still feels bad, don't get me wrong. Roblox movement is just complete and utter garbage, and the physics are bare minimum, nothing. But at least it's something, right? It's got Mario. I like Mario. I
like
can imagine
Mario.
being a little booger eater who can't afford Gary's mod, and I guess Ray's mod would be a pretty acceptable alternative if I couldn't play Gmod.
A new morning has come.
Imagine the amount of like kids that'll actually play that and then they'll never actually play Gary's mod because of the paywall.
Bmod is different from every other game on this list. Not because it's secretly good or anything, but because
Is that
you
on
can
the
play
phone?
it on your mobile phone.
Oh my
I'm not even
god.
gonna pretend like there's any depth to this game. I joined a server on the worst knockoff of GM Construct that I've ever seen. Tried to give this random Indian kid a piece of wood, and then he blew my head off.
No, I haven't. Thank you, Capybara, for the 10.
GM Construct that I've ever seen. Tried to give this random Indian kid a piece of wood, and then he blew my head off, which meant that I was forced to watch an ad for a game called Raft. So, that's...
Thank you, Richter. Oh, wait, it's actually Richter. Watch the new Blubber Time video. I'll check it out. I don't know if I watched it on stream. I don't even know what you've uploaded. But yeah, I'll check it out, man.
Have you seen the game Frontlines on Roblox?
Frontlines, isn't that the one that Charlie played and it actually just looks like Battlefield? It actually looks like Battlefield.
That's the game. Well, those were some pretty based and cringe Gary's Mod ripoffs. I'm not gonna lie, I dug pretty hard to find some games that are actually making an earnest attempt to knock off Gary's Mod, and what I found was pretty much nothing anyways. The fact that Gmod really is just too unique to be copied makes it pretty cool. Gary's Mod has been...
Oh yeah, Richter, didn't you hit like a milestone recently? Hang on. Let's have a look. Oh, I thought you hit 200k. I swear you were celebrating something on your Twitter. You celebrated something. Maybe it was your birthday or something? Yeah, congrats on what it was. I wish I fucking remember what it was. Why everyone loves Half-Life 2 beta? Yeah, fuck it. I'll watch that. I'm actually really interested in the Half-Life 2 beta. Because they seem to have scrapped some, like, really, really interesting stuff. For, like, better or for worse. And then they replaced some of that stuff and put it in Hunt Down the Freeman. Alright, let's give it a watch.
Good evening. Every single year, millions of people around the world get excited for upcoming video game releases. This has been happening for decades now, for as long as video games have been a thing. And if you're watching this, then I'm sure there's at least one video game release you can remember getting hyped.
Half-Life 2 beta is dark. Yeah, it really was. Because they had Victor Antonov as like the art director, right? And he did some like really dark shit. And then they were like, it's a little bit too dark. Could you pull that back a little bit? I mean, he did the design for Dishonored, the first Dishonored, Victor Antonov. So, and you know how like grim dark that world is.
Byro, do you have a favorite historical person?
Your mother. Thanks, Rabies, to the 10.
Look up Radio the Universe. It isn't furry porn, I swear.
Radio the Universe. You're getting timed out if this is fucking furry porn. Okay, it's actually not. Holy milk crates! What is this? That actually looks kind of spooky. Alright, I'll keep an eye on that.
Back in the day, launch dates for games like Halo 2 had passionate fans literally setting up camp tents outside of GameStop buildings overnight just to be among the first to play them. But how far would you be willing to go to get your hands on a new game? Would you be willing to camp outside a game store? Would you be willing to illegally pirate it using shady software?
It's madness how like midnight releases on games are just dead now. They just don't exist. Because everyone just buys that shit online. Like, why queue up for a midnight release of a game when I can just set my VPN to New Zealand or Australia and just get it like hours before my mates do?
And if the game you wanted to play wasn't released or
pirate it? How about you get some fucking money? How about you get a job? You parasite, pirate it. The only thing you should pirate in a video game is a show that you can't get in your country. That is the only thing I'll allow. Anything else? Stop being such a fucking brokey and get your money up.
or even finished yet, would you be willing to hijack the internal server network of the company working on it just so you could illegally download a copy for yourself? To most people, that last part might seem a little bit over the line. But back in 2003, one little German boy didn't think so. And his actions are responsible for birthing one of the most prolific video game mythos.
Like, bro, I was on Reddit today. I was on the Reddit website where you post anonymously, and like there were people saying, how do I pirate the System Shock remake? And that shit's on GOG. That's on Good Old Games. Like, how broke are you? How many down payments? How did you just move from like a fucking shelter from day to day with your Razer 18 48 gigabyte laptop?
And one of the longest running, most dedicated gaming communities.
How do I pirate a game for $2, guys?
On the entire internet. Today, I'm going to explain why people are so fascinated by the Half-Life 2 beta. Now, what is the Half-Life 2 beta? Well, as you probably know, the term beta is used—
too late, but I actually currently work in Liz Holmes' Therena's building. It's crazy modern in her old office, which is now a conference room, has insanely thick bulletproof glass all around the outside.
Thank you, Apex, the 10. If you guys don't know this guy, Apex, he keeps donating LARPing as a Cruelty Squad character. It's genius. I wonder if Rick is going to give the backstory to the hacker.
Now, what is the Half-Life 2 beta? Well, as you probably know, the term beta is used to refer to an—
going to upload your newest video stream to the VOD channel. P.S. Love the content, keep it up.
Yeah, I will. I've got the Amnesia VOD coming out later today, hopefully. But yeah, I'm looking at getting another editor for the second channel as well, so we can get like more slop out there like more frequently, because we do miss some stuff that belch that just never gets uploaded.
Early build of a game that isn't quite finished yet. It's not uncommon for people to be drawn to these early versions of games, as they're usually very familiar looking, but just different enough to be interesting. Duke Nukem Forever is a great example.
Why does the beta of Super Mario look like a creepypasta?
They're usually
just all the drained colors.
Very familiar looking, but just different enough to be interesting. Duke Nukem Forever is a great example of a game with a community that's honestly more passionate about what's not in the game than what is.
You guys know that got leaked, right? The Duke Nukem Forever, the beta build? It got leaked. This is actually playable. I think someone on 4chan posted it, and then it just got spread everywhere.
More passionate about what's not in the game than what is. However, in the peculiar case of Half-Life 2, the word beta is actually used as somewhat of an umbrella term that doesn't refer to any one specific early version of the game, but rather pretty much any content that didn't make it into the final release. And that's because the scope and direction of Half-Life 2 changed so much over its 6-year development cycle that earlier versions of the game are pretty much unrecognizable from what we got in the end.
It almost looks like H.R. Geiger's work, some of it. Like, it really does look like so dystopian. There's a film that came out in the 80s called, like, Brazil, and it kind of looks like that a little bit. Hang on. It wasn't 1998. What was it called? It was a Terry Gilliam film. Yeah, there was this film called Brazil, and it was very kind of dark and grim, a lot of office blocks and stuff, and I felt like that kind of fit like the original aesthetic of Half-Life. Yeah, stuff like this. That was a really good film. A little bit weird though, but like Terry Gilliam films are always like kind of slightly Reddit.
Different characters, different weapons, different locations, different stories. The game changed a lot, and the only reason we even really know as much is because of an event so intensely damaging to the game's developers that it might as well have been an act of industrial espionage.
The German hacker.
The story accompanying the Half-Life 2 beta is honestly one of the craziest and most memorable tales in PC gaming history.
Okay, I'm not going to spoil this because I'm pretty sure Richter's going to explain it, but this is absolutely hilarious. And the fact that the way he got caught as well, it's like an SNL bit.
Allow me to give you the rundown. The year is 2003. It's been 5 years since the release of the original Half-Life, and the yet-to-release Half-Life 2 is quickly becoming one of the most highly anticipated video game sequels of all time. Axel Gembe, a young German hacker, wants to play it really, really badly. So using his tech...
I'm not 100% sure this is him, but it's the only photo I could find. Just some poor random bastard getting framed.
Skills, he illegally infiltrates Valve's internal servers and begins downloading files off of them. He ends up making off with not only an unfinished build of Half-Life 2, but also pretty much every single map, model, and asset ever created for it.
I would love to know how he did this. No one can ever seem to explain how he did this. Did he just type in valve.com, right-click, download all? Or did he, like, sneak into the offices and then, like, with a fucking thumb drive? A hacker commented too? Oh, okay. It's so... Like, I have no idea how this hacking shit works.
It's source code, and even files related to other games Valve was working on at the time, like Team Fortress 2 and Counter-Strike Source.
He probably sent an email to Gabe Newell saying, like, you want to see the first Twilight film? I got a 1080p rip of it. Gabe Newell just clicks it. It's like, oh, I've been reached at Gaben, and then everything gets fucking hacked.
Now,
he asked nicely.
Axel was a huge fan of Valve and never intended to hurt them with his hack. He was just desperate to learn more about their upcoming games, even if it meant getting invasive. But Axel did share some of these files he acquired with a few close friends of his. And then some of those friends presumably shared them with their friends, and inevitably, an early build of Half-Life 2 and all of its accompanying source code wound up leaking online to the public on October 4th, 2003.
Okay, who posted it on Reddit, guys? Come on. Someone own up. We put it in the boys' Discord group. No one was leaking it. Who leaked it? Who put it on Reddit for some upvotes?
This was a flaming catastrophe for Valve. Half-Life 2 was set to be their biggest product yet, and was the game they were relying on doing well to keep their doors open. Not only was this massive, humiliating leak obviously a disaster for their employees' morale, but it also exposed that Valve had been pretty much lying to the public about how ready the game was.
Just wanted to recommend you a video by Brandon FM called The Martin Files.
Oh, I've seen the Martin Files. Or the Walton Files. I've seen that. Thanks, Thorex, the 10.
Valve had previously scheduled Half-Life 2 to release that year, and this leak made it obvious to everyone that there was literally no way that was going to happen given how rough of a state it was in.
Okay, I'm going to be honest, though. In current year, I like how people like were, you know, shitting on Valve for like, you lied, you said the game was ready. It's like, bro, do you know how many game devs nowadays just flat out lie about their video game? Okay, look at this. Let me show you something. Let me come here. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Look at this. This tweet I posted. Look at this. Nice to know Naughty Dog have joined the ranks of words. Cyberpunk, Bethesda, Jedi Survivor, Forspoken, Gollum, Halo Infinite. I don't know what that one is. Battlefield. I don't know what that one is. I don't know what that one is either. But like, I think that's Last of Us. But like, every single company nowadays, like, oh, we couldn't bring the game out. Oh, we crunched our employees and 5 of them killed themselves. Oh.
Half-Life 2's already crunched developers were now forced to rush their game out even harder than before, as the company bled what's estimated to have been over $250 million in estimated damages, and the greater public began to question their integrity. This whole fiasco nearly sunk the entire company. In the background of all this madness...
I like how Naughty Dog came out recently with a statement saying they had to delay the development of the Last of Us multiplayer game, and it's like, why are you apologizing for delaying a game you didn't even fucking give a release date for? What?
Valve CEO Gabe Newell had of course linked up with US law enforcement and began desperately searching for the man responsible, going as far as to publicly reach out to online Half-Life forums to ask the community for help. However, this never amounted to anything. And as time passed, it started to really seem like nobody online knew who was responsible for the...
This is like me being hacked, and then I go on my alt account, it's like, guys, who did it? Come on. Own up.
...original hack. After 5 long months, all of their leads had gone cold, and it was beginning to look like the man behind this cybercrime was never going to face justice. But by this point, Axel Gembe, the true culprit, had been watching one of his favorite game companies get thrust into turmoil over a leak he had inadvertently caused, feeling conflicted, guilty, and no doubt nervous knowing that the FBI was onto him. So what does he decide to do? Well, he directly emails Gabe Newell, of course. Axel personally apologized to Gabe for everything that had happened, explained that his true motivation was just being a huge fan of the company and that the leak was a complete accident. And then to round things off, he took this opportunity to ask Gabe for a job at the company. Yeah.
Oh, I'm having like a Mandela effect. I thought Gabe offered him a job to like bait him into coming in so he'd get arrested. But I didn't know Axel actually asked for a job. Could you imagine?
After months and months of fruitless searching, the man Valve had been looking for basically brought himself to their doorstep. They arranged a phone interview with Axel, and then told him he was officially invited to visit Valve's headquarters for a second in-person interview. However, as you might have guessed, this interview was actually nothing more than a ploy to bring Axel to America so that the FBI could promptly arrest him.
I respect how Richter did all of these recreations in like actual Gmod as well, as opposed to like, you know, Lissad stock videos that so many people use.
Before that could happen, though, Axel was arrested in his hometown of Schönau im Schwarzwald, Germany, in May 2004.
Unlucky.
And despite how much damage his actions had caused, the judge in his case pitied him for his young age, troubled childhood, clear remorse, as well as the fact that he wasn't actually the one who posted the files online, and he was let off with a remarkably lenient sentence of no jail time and just 2 years probation. Half-Life 2,
What the fuck? Bro, I got... What the hell?
Remarkably lenient sentence of no jail time and just 2 years probation.
Dude, my ban on Twitch feels fucking harsher than that. What the hell? 2 years probation? That's it?
Half-Life
I mean, surely he's not allowed to use the internet or something, right?
2, the finished version, was later released in November 2004 to critical acclaim, and through helping launch Steam, played an enormous part in turning Valve into who we know them as today. The only billion-dollar game company that doesn't make any games.
Well, no, that's Sony as well, to be fair. Like, come on. That was such an easy joke. Come on, Richter. Come on, it's Sony as well. Come on.
Gabe Newell became a billionaire, stopped wearing John Lennon glasses, and by now has even lost an admirable amount of the weight the PC gaming community once ridiculed him for. And yet, despite how much time has passed, how Valve as a community...
I remember he got a cornea transplant as well, Gaben, because his sight was completely fucked. I don't even think he needs the glasses now.
...has moved on, and how the gaming world at large has changed, the Half-Life 2 beta leak still continues to captivate millions of people to this very day. In fact...
Yeah, no. Okay, guys. Okay, sorry. I will be honest. The PS5 does have one game. It has Ratchet and Clank. It's got Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. That's the one game that they have. Wait a minute, what? It's coming to PC? Oh no, now there's no fucking games.
It's even inspired what some people might call copycat crimes. More on those later. Anyway, now that we know the story of how it all went down, you're probably wondering just what's so interesting about the contents of the Half-Life 2 beta that would make someone willing to risk prison time.
You know the worst thing is about Ratchet and Clank, no games apart? It costs more on the PS5 now, as it costs more on the PS5 now than if you were to pre-purchase it on Steam.
I'm over it. Well, as we touched on earlier, Half-Life 2 had a uniquely complex and turbulent development cycle that the 2003 leak gives us a lot of great insight into. And since Half-Life 2 is the game that gave birth to Gary's Mod and brought us pretty much every other massively famous game that runs on the Source engine, knowing how it evolved into what it is today adds interesting context to a lot of popular internet culture. Like, it's really strange to know that the creepy priest guy that millions of people have seen in famous Gmod videos at one point looked like this.
There's no way he looked like... What the fuck is that? That's Mr. Potato Head from Toy Story. That's not real. That's a fan edit. There's no way. There's no way he was ever meant to look like that.
Probably the first thing worth mentioning about the Half-Life 2 beta is how the game's story changed. Although the game's plot was always going to end with the human forces triumphing against their alien oppressors, the early storyboards for the game were much more hopeless and darker. In the Half-Life 2 that we got, City 17 is basically a giant prison camp with sprinkles of futuristic technology. But in earlier drafts, it was an all-out industrial dystopia powered by child slave labor, with the outdoors smothered in a toxic green smog that forced the population to wear gas masks all the time. All of this is the basis for one of the most ubiquitous and longest-running memes in the community. The mantra that the Half-Life 2 beta was dark and gritty.
Half-Life 2 beta was very dark and gritty.
However, while this green, nasty, foggy version of City 17 is one of the more recognizable cut and revised locations, it is far from the only...
You can really see how, like, that looks like Dishonored, though. Like, how dark everything is. And that architecture.
Recognizable cut and revised locations, it is far from the only one. For example, the reason the city was swamped in so much green fog in the first place was because of the air exchange facility, which was this enormous atmospheric reprocessor bleeding the Earth dry of its resources and terraforming it for alien life. Although it was never quite finished, this cut chapter is damn near fully playable in the 2003 leak, and it has some really interesting Halo 2 kind of vibes that I've always enjoyed. There was also going to be a section of the game set in the Arctic and on an icebreaker ship called the Hyperborea. This idea was eventually reused in the Half-Life 2 episodes to bring us the mythical Borealis ship, an endgame time machine that Half-Life 3 was almost certainly going to revolve around. See what I mean about how it's interesting to see how this stuff evolved? There's also the...
Yeah, you actually went to the Borealis in that Entropy 02. I know that isn't canon, by the way. It's just like a fan mod. But yeah, Entropy 02 were fucking amazing. I definitely want to do a video on them at some point. I might actually do that after I finish up my house.
Desolate wasteland ruled by the Antlion King, which was scaled back to just the Highway Coast segment in the final game. This train depot near Nova Prospect you were originally supposed to explore. An underwater research facility called Kraken...
I don't like this. This gives me huge Hunt Down the Freeman flashbacks. I don't like this being inside of a ship. I don't like that.
Which eventually evolved into Black Mesa East in the final game, and tons of other strange and nifty lost locations like the ever-beautiful Ravenholm Docks. And in addition to all these cool lost maps, the beta leak also shows us many interesting monsters and characters that didn't make the final cut. One of the most well-known is the Hydra, a giant electrified water tentacle that was prominently featured in some of the game's promotional material. Although the developers all agreed that it looked really cool, they eventually decided that it wasn't very fun to fight, and felt too much like a rerun of the tentacle boss from Half-Life 1. In fact, making Half-Life 2's enemy roster more unique from...
must hit that gritty.
Thank you, Fnatic, for the... Oh, fuck me.
Gritty must.
Biden, someone put him to bed. Someone put him to bed. Someone put him to bed, please. He's stroking out again. Biden, you gotta go to bed, man. Come on. You sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe.
The original games seems to have been a big point of focus for the team, since they also cut this Combine female assassin, the Hound Eye, and a couple of heavy Combine units that somewhat resembled the old Zen aliens. The Cremator is another example of a famous cut monster. He was supposed to be this weird, imposing Combine janitor who would burn dead bodies and aliens to ash in the streets. The developers loved him so much that even after they cut him, they stuffed his head model into a jar in Kleiner's lab, leaving it ambiguous as to whether they still exist in the final game's continuity. It's actually pretty crazy how many different enemies Valve came up with for this game, and how few of...
The worst thing is, these have all been bastardized for me because so many of them appeared in Hunt Down the Freeman. Like, this one here was in Hunt Down the Freeman.
And how few of them made the final cut. This Metro Cop Elite and this Bull Squid were apparently both still in the game by the start of 2004, which is kind of crazy to think about. In terms of actual human...
Yeah, it's so weird to think there was no Bull Squid in Half-Life 2. Because I played Half-Life 2 before the original.
My personal favorite cut character is the Hyperborea ship engineer Odell. His face may have been reused for Odessa, but I still find him and the scenes he starred in very memorable on their own.
Hey, here's a thought. I've got a cigarette lighter, you've got a gun. Maybe you should go first.
There's Captain Vance, the leader of a cut faction called the Conscripts, who was later merged with Eli Maxwell to create Eli Vance. There's the earlier version of Dr. Breen called the Consul.
That is... Wait, who's the guy from... That's Ralph Fiennes. That is Ralph Fiennes. What the hell? That is actually him in the Menu film. What the fuck? That's the same guy. That is literally the same guy, just wearing white instead of black.
Who comes across a lot more cold and 1984-esque, and whose propaganda about how the true citizen behaves are yet another example of a popular beta meme. There's this early version of Dr. Kleiner, who was cut after an awkward encounter in an elevator. I talk more about that in this video. And finally, there's Alex Vance, whose original skin-tight jumpsuit design was weirdly sexier than the one we got in the final game. Sorry, but someone had to say it.
Mysterious, aren't you?
Before we move on, I do also...
I would 100% I would. They always did that though. They would like get like femme fatales, like female characters, and over sexualize them so much. Like, I'm not complaining, but they would do that so much. I mean, you had hang on, there was this game I played a little bit and it ran on the Source engine called Sin Episodes. It was meant to be like 9 episodes and only 1 came out because it flopped. But like, the characters in this, like, look at that! Like, why she got belts there? You don't need that. And then her with like the jacket, and you can literally see the fucking thong straps. Mental. Wait, what is this?
Sorry, but someone had to say it.
Mysterious, aren't you?
Before we move on, I do also have to mention the cut weapons found in the beta leak, especially the Fizz gun. Just like the Hydra, this thing was prominently shown off in one of the game's E3 presentations, and when the game launched without it, a lot of people were super disappointed. Modding the Fizz gun back into the game was one of the first things the Half-Life community did once it came out. And that's actually the backstory of how we wound up with Gary's mod, believe it or not. Gordon's firearm arsenal was at one point going to be a lot bigger too, probably because they once planned for the player to be able to switch out weapons and lose their inventory at various points in the game. One of the most beloved cut guns is the OICW, which got replaced with the AR-2 in the final game. But there was also an AK-47, this hideous-looking unfinished LMG, this Combine sniper rifle, an MP5K and an MP7, a giant plasma cannon, a flamethrower, flare guns, Molotovs, and a fire extinguisher. Just generally a lot of crazy stuff that it's interesting to imagine fitting into the final game.
I don't mind that they removed all the weapons and they stripped them down, because the Half-Life arsenal, the Half-Life 2 arsenal, is actually really small, but I think each gun serves a purpose. You've got like the tier 1 guns, like the pistol and the SMG. You've got like the tier 2 guns, like the pulse rifle and the revolver. There's no gun that doesn't have a purpose, right? Like, even the crossbow is basically the silent sniper. They just kind of changed it into something else. Like everything pretty much has a purpose. It's good they didn't bloat it up with like 4 or 5 different pistols.
Anyway, Anyway, even outside that absurd
The Tau cannon. I mean, you got that in the original Half-Life, to be fair, and it's also strapped onto the front of the car.
amount of lost content and the crazy story behind the leak itself, there's a few other key factors that I think also play a big part in fueling people's undying love for the Half-Life 2 beta. One of them is Valve's reputation. If there's one thing this company is known for that isn't convincing people to spend thousands of dollars on virtual gun paint and hats, it's the fact that they pretty much always deliver unforgettable video games. This gives them a uniquely loyal, die-hard fan base, and that, accompanied by the fact that their output is so
I like how he's playing Spyro music right now. Based.
Ungodly slow, makes any and all content from them a hot commodity that people literally fiend over. There are many cases in which people in the community have spoiled business relationships with Valve and breached legally binding contracts with them, risking jail time just to leak more beta content onto the internet. It's pretty crazy. The most recent and notable example of this is that Valve Giga leak that happened a few months ago, where a guy on Discord literally leaked almost all of Valve's internal repositories from 2017.
What's his profile picture? I like how it's like some old picture of like a philosopher or an author, right? Why is it always those people? It's the people that have like Hippocrates as a Greek statue as their profile picture, or it's furries. Every single time without fail.
Unleashing almost every map, model, and texture ever created for Team Fortress 2. And this is far from the only leak to have happened since Half-Life 2 released. It's sad because, while the public getting their hands on content like this is cool, it's also seriously straining Valve's relationship with its community. This all helps bring a sort of true crime feeling to the beta culture, and I'm not really sure how to feel about it. But moving on, I'd say probably the second thing about the beta that captivates people, and probably motivates all these desperate leakers, is just how mysterious this cut content can be.
Dude, look how fucking fat Gordon Freeman's lips are. Holy shit.
The Half-Life 2 leak is something Valve generally avoids talking about or addressing publicly, which makes some of the bewildering stuff that can be found in the beta feel even more strange and unexplainable. This bizarre Hazard 01 map brings the player into a training course, then has them escape the bounds of the level and get scolded by the G-Man.
Get back where you belong and forget about all this.
One of the cut City 17 maps
It terrified you as a kid? Just like...
bounds of the level and get scolded by the G-Man.
Like he's just throwing like equations and twitlongers at you.
Get back where you belong and forget about all this.
One of the cut City 17 maps has this flickering room with a weird, creepy clock mechanism in it that no one seems to have ever come up with an explanation for. And there's even some people in the community who claim that the cut sound file Trans 6 includes audio of the last moments of a female Soviet astronaut who died in space.
Trans?
Though I'm pretty sure this is just a myth. There's also some stuff in the beta that isn't necessarily creepy, but is definitely bizarre, particularly in relation to G-Man for some reason. This map called Icky Pop features him getting carried away by a crow. This RT camera demonstration map shows a G-Man Breen hybrid standing next to a bunch of children.
Why do they look like the Kazoo Kid, man?
And there's even a notoriously goofy G-Man sighting in Ravenholm that was cut.
What was that music? Oh my god, what was that music? That was like Resident Evil 1 on the PlayStation.
G-Man sighting in Ravenholm that was cut.
Jump scare, oh.
Now's also probably a good time to mention what I think might be the longest running Half-Life 2 beta meme of all time. Free TVs. There's a Half-Life 2 level from the year 2000, which is Lost Media, that apparently showed civilians in City 17 beginning the uprising revolution by breaking into stores yelling, "Get your free TVs!" It's really a shame we probably won't ever get our hands on this map, given how highly coveted and silly it is. It's like a gag from The Simpsons or something. One of the things that I think goes hand in hand with that mystery appeal to the beta is what I guess you could call the deception element, or something like that. As I mentioned earlier, the leak showed the public that the game wasn't ready yet. But looking deeper, it also demonstrates that a couple of the things Valve advertised about the game were deceptive or even flat out lies. The Half-Life 2 E3 presentations that Valve gave were a lot more heavily
Is it actually that goofy ass sound? Really?
scripted
Thank you, Thaddeus, for the 10.
than they were letting on.
Chat, is this
the maps
real?
they showed off weren't anywhere near complete. And thanks to the leak, we can see that if the guy hosting the presentation would have moved just a little too far in the wrong direction, he would have completely broken the illusions of these levels.
Yeah, to be fair though, that's like all game presentations. That's literally every game presentation ever. Well, that was game presentations like 10 to 15 years ago, because all the game presentations you see now are like pre-generated cutscenes where it'll say at the bottom, rendered in engine, like not even fucking gameplay.
Just a little too far in the wrong direction, he would have completely broken the illusions of these levels. And I can't help but notice that even the final game's marketing material includes a ton of outdated images and arguably false advertising. Now, I don't have a very big collection of Half-Life 2 stuff, but even I have a copy of the game that I can easily spot cut material on the case of. Like, this beach with an antlion guard and a gunship doesn't appear in the final game, nor does this area with all these cut gas mask citizens running around. This picture shows Eli in Kleiner's lab for some reason, and I'm pretty sure all 3 of the front cover arts for the game have cut levels transposed in the background of the characters. Hell, even to this day, the Steam page for Half-Life 2 still has cut content in its screenshot gallery. It's as if Valve didn't even care to clean this stuff up at all. And that, I think, is probably the final and maybe even most important reason that people continue to stick around and obsess over the Half-Life 2 beta. For the community...
I really just like how they put Alex in full fucking latex. Holy shit.
Stick around and obsess over the Half-Life 2 beta. For the community of people who continue to spot these quirks about the game, and who have a shared love for the story behind them. Beta content continues to inspire...
Yeah, I remember when Richter made a video on the TF2 pyros. And he basically summarized at the end of the video that, like, most people that play Pyro are just, like, sexual degenerates. That was actually... Yeah, I can't even argue with that. I actually can't.
There are tons of really cool and interesting fan projects and remakes. And it's brought a surprising amount of people together over the years. There's a remarkable amount of passion and love that's been put into bringing Valve's cut ideas to life in these projects. And it's difficult to not feel at least a little intrigued seeing these enemies and locations stitched back together, allowing us to fully appreciate material that was once almost lost. Not all of it is totally constructive though, I must admit. Discussion about cut content does have a habit of sometimes drowning out other topics in the
Half-Life 2 was better. Boo, get better material. Show him concept art. It's like 1984, the game.
Half-Life community, and there's a small minority of people...
Guys, you don't get it. It was like Half-Life 2, but it was less sad.
People who do seem to view the beta like it's just a secret finished game that Valve intentionally downgraded for no reason. Of course, ignoring the reality of game development and failing to appreciate the hard work that went into creating...
Yeah, it's defo looking at stuff with like rose-tinted glasses, right? Because if we had Half-Life 2 beta as a full game, I reckon it wouldn't be as good.
The final product. But at the end of the day...
Because Half-Life 2, like the actual base game, it has like comedy in it and stuff, and it's some of it's lighthearted, but it also knows when to make it grim. I mean, look at Ravenholm, for example. Like, it knows how to balance it really well. It's like an up-down, up-down. If it was just less sad, then, like, it'd be a lot more forgettable, I think.
That's just how it works when you have a cool, interesting thing on the internet. People are always going to pervert it and be annoying. There's no denying that the story behind the leaks and the beta, as well as the mystery around its mythos, are fascinating and easy to get lost in. And it's interesting to think about how many other games might have had crazy development cycles like Half-Life 2's, but that we don't know about because the developers were more tight-lipped and never suffered a crazy, disastrous leak. Just like myself, the Half-Life 2 leak turns 20 years old this year, and yet it somehow seems like we're still learning new things about this game and its development on the regular. Everyone knows that it's hard for a video game to amass a cult following, even a really good one. Thousands of video games are produced every single year, with the vast majority of them...
Wait, is that chat? Is that real?
Really good one. Thousands.
10,000 games were made in 2022. 10,000. And none for the PS5. That is insane. To be fair though, 10,000 games, you just know the majority of that is mobile garbage.
Games are produced every single year, with the vast majority of them going completely unnoticed by the general public. So I would say that it is truly remarkable that this unfinished, uncompiled disaster of a leaked build from 2 decades ago continues to inspire and captivate people to this very day.
That looks like the fucking city in Final Fantasy VII.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and learned something. I've been Ricky Blober. Subscribe to my channel for more epic videos.
Yeah, that was a good suggestion, Richter. Thank you for that, man. Chat. I'm gonna go for a piss. I'll be back in a sec. what the hell? No way. Oh, what the hell? My boy, are you good? Right, we're back. Well, I could have done a Hassan, couldn't I? I just flashed it. Played the video on stream. Alright. What else do we watch? Do we watch a bit of... We could watch a little bit of Bug Games. He's a little baby. I kind of want to watch Lost Media on Plebit, though. 4K? You spoil me.
User Accurate Squirrel 189 posted. In November of 2022, Reddit user Accurate Squirrel 189 posted about some uncomfortable lost episodes from a game show titled The Moment of Truth. The post reads, The Moment of Truth was a 2008 reality show where contestants are asked over 50 questions by a polygraph examiner prior to taping, probing questionable or unethical truths about the contestant. 21 of those questions are chosen to be answered by the contestant on set. But the contestants...
In 2022 there may have been 10,000 games released, yet we still can't sell a friggin' PS5 VR2 headset cuz who spends $1,200 for something with no games? Like actually.
To be fair, there were a couple of games for the VR that were announced, like 2 games.
Family and
also, I remember this game show, by the way, Moment of Truth. This was fucked. I remember Cody Code did a reaction on it. Basically, they get like people to do a polygraph, and then they ask them stuff, like literally criminal stuff, like if you cheated, if you slept with someone underage, stuff like that. It's insane. And then they basically have to like get the right or wrong answer, and they get like a cash prize.
And or close friends.
But this show was fucking evil.
Sitting and watching as they reveal unsettling truths of their life. While answering more questions and reaching milestones earn them more potential cash winnings, they would also make the questions significantly more personal and make you question if it's even worth the consequences of doing so. An episode from the first season was nearly pulled from airing.
I'll be honest, I kind of don't want to watch this. I think I just want to look at Moment of Truth clips. Because Moment of Truth, hang on. It is evil. This show is evil. The amount of stuff they would... Oh, that's right. Cody Co. Yeah, Cody Co did like a series on it. But there was some evil stuff on this show. I'll see if I can like skip around.
Welcome to a special Monday night edition of The Moment of Truth. This episode was so controversial, it sparked a long debate as to whether or not to air it at all. Quite honestly, if I had my vote, it would not air. It is the most uncomfortable I've ever been on television, asking these questions and listening to the answers that were given. But in the end, it was decided that this episode should air.
Honestly, I wasn't down for it. That's why I'm narrating the intro.
Lauren, as you know, there are 6 levels of questioning. The further you go, the harder the question.
Yeah, so they've got 6 questions that they have to do. And obviously the closer to the cash prize, the more personal the questions get.
And the more money you can win.
Why does he sound like an AI TikTok accent?
At any time, Lauren, take the money. But once you hear a question, you have to answer that question. And remember, if you're caught lying even one time, you lose everything and the game is over.
Got it.
Lauren, you're not only here telling the truth in front of all of America, you brought family and friends to support you as well.
I don't really care about this. I just want to get to the questions.
Love animals.
I guess that would be important there, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Question 3. Would you give food to a stray dog before you would give it to a homeless person?
I mean, I probably
Well,
I probably would. I probably would. I hate to admit it.
I would have to say I'd rather give food to a dog rather than a homeless person.
So your answer would be yes?
Yes.
That's smart.
Answer is
I like how they're applauding as well. It's so fucked.
true.
Yeah.
So that's 3 truths. Well, 3 more, $10,000. And one of the things I find so interesting about this program is that you'll answer something like that, and invariably the audience will applaud. That's right. Don't give food to homeless. Give it to the If you knew you wouldn't get caught, would you steal money from your place of employment?
She will say yes. She will say yes. Now, the problem is with me, I can't say yes to that because that'd be me breaking into the Google offices.
Oh my goodness.
Kind of tricky to answer given what you've just shared, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much, because it will kind of contradict itself. I am going to have to say, no, I would not.
Very brave. Very brave. She's lying. She's lying. She's lying, or it's her business. Thank you, No Name, for the 4 months.
Something we'll find out right after this break.
I hope you die. I hope you die. How dare you do that?
Pushes the truth to.
If I wanted to get back together.
Holy shit. Fucking.
From your place of employment, your answer was no, you would not. Before we find out if that's a lie or if it's...
If you want to find out how many victims died in this school shooting, tune in after the break, after these messages.
Truth, Frank, you believe it?
I do. I do not think she would again. Definitely not.
Let's find out.
That answer is true.
I think I got the wrong question, because if I didn't, they're applauding her for stealing from her workplace.
You'll win 25 times. You want to would you consider yourself more of a morning person or a night owl?
Definitely a night owl.
So you like to stay up late?
Yes, I hate waking up early in the morning. I hate it.
Question 7. Since you've been married, have you ever pretended to be asleep in order to avoid having sex with your husband, Frank? What do you think the answer is?
Clear answer. We'll see.
So, all right. Well, the question's on you.
Who hasn't done that? Come on, let's be real. Who hasn't done that?
You, Lauren. Since you've been married, have you ever pretended to be
Sometimes one of you is in the mood and the other just isn't.
asleep in order to avoid having sex with your husband, Frank?
Pretended to be asleep, pretended to have a headache, so yes.
That answer is true.
I like how they're kind of mid at the minute. It's like, do you pretend to lie? Would you steal from your workplace? And then the $500,000 question will be like, what happened to Timmy on the 9th of December, 1983? Where's his body?
7 truthful answers on your way to the next level, $25,000. Congratulations. You have a lot of friends?
Used to. Not so much anymore.
Question 8. Do you blame your husband for your lack of close friends?
No, I don't care. Let's get to the edgy stuff. Where's the edgy stuff? I might go, okay, I'll tell you what. We're going to go right to the end. Right to the end. We're going right to the end. We're gonna get some dirty questions.
I don't think you really are ready for number 15, but if you want it, I'm going to give it to you. Okay?
Okay.
You're making this worse than it is.
We're getting some
I don't think I can
dirty
make this
stuff
worse
now.
than it is. This is your $100,000 moment of truth. And this question will not be asked by me. It's by a surprise guest.
Who's this guy?
Oh my.
Uh-oh.
Lauren,
Uh-oh.
can you tell everybody who this is?
That's fucked.
Or do
Who-
I need to do it?
Is that like someone...
I can't speak right now.
Is that someone she slept
This
with?
is your ex-boyfriend, Frank.
Okay, yikes.
Hello, Frank. How you doing?
Yikes. Ah. I thought they were just going to flat out say, this is the guy you've been cheating with.
Frank has a question for you. And I hope this $100,000, if you win it, is worth this question. If you don't want the answer, you still have the button. I don't need to remind you. This question is for $100,000. When you're ready, question.
This is going to be evil. It's like, would you sleep with me
If
again?
I wanted to get back together with you, would you leave your husband?
Oh, Lord. That's not right, man. That's evil. That's evil. That's not right. To ask that question.
Hold on. That question is a devastating question.
Of course.
That's
you could
bad.
avoid this right now by hitting the button, Frank. No?
Wait, so what does that mean? It gets voided? This is evil. What is wrong with Americans?
Hold on a second. Audience, I know that this is entertaining to watch, but this is real. Frank wanted to hear the answer to this question. Monica, why did you hit the button?
I don't want to hear that answer. I don't think anyone will want to hear that answer.
I'm convinced there is not a single person in the audience. They just have the same clapping or booing track that they just play over and over.
Okay. I have a question to replace that with. Before I do that, my question to you, Lauren, is, did she just save you or cost you $100,000?
Sure, I don't know.
One of the things that you know if you watch the program is that I will replace the question, but I can't guarantee that that question is going to be any easier. Here's another question that your ex-boyfriend Frank will ask in place.
It's getting a bit awkward. It's getting a little bit awkward.
So, I've given Frank an alternate question. It replaces the one that Monica stopped. If you are truthful, it'll be worth $100,000, and I hope, Lauren, that is a gamble that's worth it for you. So, ex-boyfriend Frank, once again, question 15.
Just strips off his shirt. Have sex with me.
Do you believe I'm the man you should be married to?
It's like she pushed the button to save her from a question, and then they just ask an even more fuck question. That's evil.
Well.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of quirky.
Want to be honest and say yes.
That answer is true.
Oh. Not the applause. That's evil. The applause and the happy music.
I'm not sure what to say. You've answered 15 questions truthfully. You've won $100,000. First of all, Frank, is there anything you want to say at this point?
No, there's really nothing else I can really hear, so might as well just go for it.
He's definitely game ending himself after this. He's game ending himself.
Have you guys talked about this ex-boyfriend at all?
Yeah, earlier on in our marriage, but I mean, I didn't know he was still an issue.
I mean,
Damn.
With an answer like that, I can only assume that you're not happy. Are you unhappy?
Is the announcer like, this isn't a human, right? This is one of like Mark Zuckerberg's robots. Like, you've just found out your wife wants to leave you. Are you unhappy? He's like the fucking therapist in GTA 5. Fucking moron.
Sometimes.
Goes up to like a school shooter. You just killed a lot of children at your school. Do you feel unhappy in your life?
Sometimes.
Lauren, what do we do here?
This is
What else is there? You know, I mean, just go for it.
This is a little bigger than the game right now.
To be fair, the guy here, who looks like Aiden Ross for some reason, he's got a good strat there because he wants the woman to win as much money so then he can just divorce her for 50% and keep half of it.
This is a little bigger than the game right now. So you have $100,000, okay? You leave here with $100,000 right now, and you go home with your husband, Frank, and you have to now figure out where you two are.
I would tell her to go. What else is there to tell me? What else is there to really tell me?
But, yeah.
I'd like to point out, by the way, that the channel name that uploaded this is called Light-Hearted Entertainment. The fucking irony there.
We certainly aren't going to keep you here. If you've had enough, you can take $100,000 and leave. But Frank makes a very good point. After this bomb...
He's like straightening his jacket, checking he's still got that Glock in his back pocket.
That's been dropped.
It's like, I don't know. There's some questions left. There's some questions.
What else is there? So what do you want to do? You want to leave with $100,000 or 3 more questions get you $200,000? 3 more questions. 3 more.
Lauren, we're going.
There's nothing.
You got this point, the hard questions. You can go now. All the rest
You only need 3 questions to win $200,000, but as you know, you only have to mess up once to lose everything. Mom, what do you say for her to do?
I say, Mom always leave it now. I know. Mom would say that. I'm gonna keep on going because.
Why are they clapping? It's like, I'm that fucked, I might as well just keep going. This is the guy getting behind the wheel of a car, and it's like, you know what? I'll have that 4th bottle of whiskey, because I'm just that inebriated, there is no chance I'm going sober. I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna go all in.
I will let you know that the questions I've already asked you, a couple of them, are way over my line. This one's further than that. You probably know what's coming next.
Does this narrator, like, even eat food? Like, is he a real human? I imagine, like, after this show's done, they just put him in a cupboard and they just feed him paste.
I think so.
And you want it anyway. Question 16. Since you've been married, have you ever had sexual relations with someone other than your husband?
I mean, we know it's going to be yes. Oh my god, we know it's going to be yes. We literally know.
I wish the button was
for pigs.
Thank you, Dr. Pavel, for the 10. I played a Machine for Pigs. It's shit. The Machine for Pigs really sucks.
Still there.
Yeah, telling me.
We know that she has. We know that she has. I hate to admit it, man. I'm just going to skip.
More gets you.
Answer is
True. True.
true.
No, look at him. Look at him. He's actually on suicide watch, man. He's done.
2 more gets you $200,000. But be careful. One mistake, you lose it all. Or are you feeling like you should go for it now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, she's fucked herself anyway. It's one more question. Poor guy. Poor guy.
Question 17.
Why are people even clapping at this point?
Do you think you're a good person?
Okay. Okay. If she says yes and it's true, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Thank you, Braxton, for the 11 months. No. Is that answering for her? No.
Honestly, I think I am a good person.
So your answer is?
Yes.
It's gonna be true as well. Completely delusional. It's gonna be true.
Answer is
True. True. He just wants to kill her. He's actually gonna shoot her after this.
false.
Oh, okay. Damn. Did they just replay the same clip of him earlier with his head in his hands?
Lauren, I am so sorry.
Yeah, unlucky. Unlucky hag. I feel like the problem is with these that it's kind of a one-trick pony, because I feel like they all just end up being like about cheating. I don't really feel like let's go like pretty far in here. So
it's already been emotional for Ellen.
These are 100k.
But nothing compares to what's coming up next.
Have you ever fantasized about having sex?
Yeah, so much of it will be around cheating, right? Like it's just kind of one-trick pony stuff. Hang on. What's this one? Did you invite anyone to your wedding? Yeah, it's kind of just all about sex. It's a little bit boring. Let's just go deep.
You've answered 14 truthfully. One
Thank you, I'm Adrix, for joining.
more, $100,000. I want to take a second here, you guys, because even though you're so close to $100,000, you're risking $25,000, and there's a bigger issue. The question we just asked, the answer you gave, even though you don't want to know and you don't want to tell, that's going to be with you guys for a while.
Right.
Right? Yes, it is. It's not going to go away.
Pyro, you
At
should
some
watch
point,
AI
you guys are going to
sponge
discuss
on
this.
YouTube. It's pretty
You have to
weird.
weigh
Thank you, Tema, for the
money
10. Yeah, I watched it earlier.
against those things, which, quite honestly, is the value of your marriage. It's true. Right? Yes. But you've come this far. Do you want the 15th question? Do you want to try to go for $100,000?
Yep.
Okay. Question 15 for $100,000. Do you believe you will be married to Darren for the rest of your life?
No. Okay, I mean, look, come on. Let's look at divorce rates in America. Come on, like that question fucking answers itself.
I wanted you. The question we just asked, the answer you gave.
Holy shit, milking.
On the 15th question, do you want to try to go for 100? Be married to Darren for the rest of your life.
Everyone's saying it's Hank Holy shit, that guy's a skeleton. What the fuck? Thank you, I'm Adrix, the 11 months. Thought the membership got restarted. Oh yeah, I thought it did as well. Thank you, Arachnor, for the 11 months.
So the question is, do you believe you will be married to Darren for the rest of your life?
I do.
Yeah, this is Marie Schrader, just Hank coping in the chair.
Let's find out if in fact you're
The minerals, Marie! The minerals!
That answer is
False. False.
true.
Okay. That's kind of wholesome. Imagine, right? It's like, would you stay with him forever? Yes, that answer's true. Would you kill him in his sleep for the insurance money? No. That answer is false. Wah, wah. Thank you, Bada Bear, for joining.
Congratulations. $100,000 is yours. It wasn't easy, but you did it. 15 truthful answers, $100,000. But now is a very big decision. You need to know that my entire goal is for you to leave here with money.
I like that goal.
Oh, she leaves. Yeah, she leaves with the money. Okay. She leaves with the money. I just wonder if anyone actually gets to like the end, right? Like, how far do they get? Like, how far does she get? Because they never really seem to escape that 100k area.
Truthfully, I want you to questions, and if you look at the board, the next level is $200,000, and you only have to answer 3. You've answered 15. I'm here to tell you, so that you know, that while you may be the one who can make it to $500,000, I have tried, but I have.
Okay, 200k.
As a model, do you have clear-cut goals of what you'd like to accomplish?
200k. Okay. What we got? What we got? What we got?
Question 16. Have you ever had sexual relations with someone in an effort to further your career?
Okay, so I can tell that this episode wasn't filmed in LA. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that. It kind of just all ends up being the same trope. Thank you, Bada Bear, for the gifted. Thank you, man. I got one more slapper. I want to watch Bub Games because he's got an update on his FNAF drama. Apparently, there's been some hacking and stuff.
It's been a little over a month since I uploaded my video documenting the cesspit that is Gmod FNAF RP. In that video,
Thank you, Austin, for the 7 months.
video, I highlighted 3 deplorable specimens that I found lurking within the community. A lot has happened.
2 of them are furries, by the way.
Since then, so I thought I'd do a little welfare check and give you all a little update on how our 3 favourite individuals are going. First up again, we have Oexen. For those of you who don't remember, Oexen was a nation's...
Have you ever heard of the game Changeling Tale? I think it might be right up your alley. I got you the British mapper.
I haven't checked it out, but I will. Thank you, Spider, for the 10.
FNAF RP player who distributed CP on Discord as well as exposing unsuspecting
Nice.
players to images of...
Classic Discord moment. Classic. Just a classic Discord moment right there.
CP on TF2. I unfortunately had the misfortune of experiencing this firsthand when Oexen sent me a video of CP when I tried contacting him. Shortly after posting my video exposing him, Oexen and a group of his mates decided to raid my public Discord server and spam images and videos of CP. He would then attempt to...
Imagine like there was like civil wars, right? World wars, proxy wars in different countries, cold wars. And now it's all accumulated with Discord drama of people's Discord servers being hacked.
To defend himself by claiming that all the proof against him had been edited and that I had been leading a harassment campaign against him for the last year. However, after a few days, Oexen seemed to have a sudden change of heart, and being the great thespian that he is, would deliver us this timeless performance with an apology video.
My name is ZeroEXN, or you may know me as Cameron. I would like...
Why is he topless doing an apology? Hello? What would make you think, okay, I'm going to do an apology. I need to look like as presentable as possible. I'm just going to take my shirt off.
To personally apologize for everything. Nothing I have done is justifiable by any means. I'm currently reforming my life and getting a better grasp on reality itself. I really am...
He's talking about getting like a better grasp on reality. He's just naked recording an apology video.
Sorry, I'm not reading off a script or anything. I just really f***ed up, and it's cost me pretty much everything. I don't have I don't even have my Steam account anymore, which, hell, that meant hell beyond everything to me, because video games were pretty much my life. To bug games, I would like to tell you personally, I'm sorry. There's no excuse I can make, because there are no excuses. And I know there are going to be a lot of people who don't believe anything I say, and honestly, I don't doubt it, nor would I really blame them. I'm sorry. And I really do mean that.
Now, this is a pretty compelling apology.
It is a good apology, but I really hope Bub Games pulls up the point that he was topless.
After all, it has all the hallmarks of a great YouTube apology video. But what really sold the apology for me were the comments Oexen left directly under the video calling people racial slurs. I don't know about you, but I think I'm ready to accept Oexen's apology and move on. And it looks like I wasn't the only one
I like how the profile picture was just like furry femboy as well.
who was convinced. Here we can see that Nation's FNAF RP server owner, Nice Doge, has left a comment. Oh hey Oexen, I feel ya man. Now, if I was the owner of a Five Nights at Freddy's roleplay server that just had one of my players exposed for possessing and distributing CP, I think the last thing that I would be doing would be leaving a comment under his video empathizing with him. And what's even more bizarre is Nice Doge then replies to himself through one of his YouTube...
I just like how Bub as well, when he's got like, you know, background footage when he's explaining context, or just have him like whacking a child to death with a baton.
YouTube alt accounts asking if Oexen's going to be unbanned from the server. It's like this guy purposely picks the worst dialogue options possible. However, this apology video was quickly deleted and replaced with a new video titled Doubling Down.
Earlier today, I uploaded a video of me...
Okay, he put a shirt on. We might have to listen to what he says, chat. He put a shirt on. This is character development.
Apologizing. It was met with, you know, people telling me to just myself. So, I tried being nice. I tried apologizing. But you know what? You. I genuinely tried. And nothing else I can
Your
do.
hairline looks
I don't
like
give
it
a
hung
one.
itself.
I really don't
Hey man, I didn't condition my hair. I got straight out the shower, you piece of shit. I had to stream today.
give a...
Thank you, Pyro's hairline, for the 10.
Come and do whatever the you want. I would love to see you try it, as a matter of fact. Come on and do something.
And it looked...
Why does he give off the energy of like Airsoft Fatty if Airsoft Fatty lost the weight? He's giving off that exact same energy.
Come on and do something.
And it looks like someone...
Do something on my Discord server. You won't. You won't. You won't do it.
One did do something about it, because a few days later, this video was uploaded.
Hello, people. I'm back. So a few hours ago, my house was swatted by, if I remember correctly, about, I think, 25 police officers. And people are over here sending to our house, sending the police to our house, trying to hack my family's online accounts, bank accounts, literally anything they can get their hands on. Please, just for the love of God, leave them alone. So, thank you.
Now, it's up to you whether you choose...
Leave Britney alone. Have you seen the literal child that leaked the FNAF movie trailer, made an apology video? Hang on. FNAF. Yeah, she made an apology.
I'm here. On one of the leakers.
I just want to see the video.
The end.
I'm here to apologize. Of course, there's nothing I can do now that'll mediate the situation. It's everywhere. It's on Twitter. It's on YouTube. 1 billion reposts. It's on Reddit now. I saw
Not Reddit!
comment on Reddit.
No!
He's coming for me. He's gonna kill me. Anyway, I just want to say I'm sorry. Like I said, there's nothing that doesn't help at all. But if a single person can accept this apology, then that's good enough for me. I just want to say I'm sorry, Scott Cawthon.
I mean, no one's going to accept your apology because they're all like, yeah, we got the trailer out.
Choose to believe this swatting incident ever occurred. I'm fairly certain it's just another bit of theatrics to garner some attention, but it's also not out of the realm of possibility considering Oexen's kindly posted his ID online for everyone to see. And that's pretty much where the story of Oexen ends right now. His YouTube channel still exists, although all videos have been removed and he's had a name
Just called it LOL with the black screen.
change. And also, as a shocker to no one, his Discord account is still up, despite him doing a name change to make it look like it was deleted. So it looks like Oexen has a very bright future ahead of him. I'm sure all future employers would be thrilled to have him aboard after a quick Google search of his name. And that leads us to our next specimen, Frosty. For those of you who have forgotten, Frosty was a former Nations FNAF RP admin who loved to call me a across all his social media platforms.
It's just the Reddit account. He's a pedo. average Reddit snoo avatar with the little Destiny character there. Just completely baseless claim. Genius.
Can you please tell my friend Alex he's a cunny and we hate him?
I am not saying that. I am not saying that, Alfie. I know what that word means. I'm not saying that. Fuck you, but thank you for the 10.
To his Discord server, which was being promoted to kids, like
Nice.
to talk about bestiality on military RP servers, and would leave
Nice.
disturbing comments like this on TF2.
Do you ever get that feeling that you want to know what it's like? Just going through my mind for some reason. Yeah, same.
Discord servers. A few hours after uploading my video featuring him, Frosty decided to send me this heartfelt apology. Fine, your community really wants me to apologize. You win. This is
What a great way to open an apology. That is 10 out of 10. That's up there with Logan Paul. Like Logan Paul going through the suicide forest and he's like, fine, I didn't want to make a video, but you made me. I hope you guys are happy.
It's not going to be a really good apology because I really despise people, not just you like you. Jameski gets an exemption, but everyone else like you. Okay, I'm sorry for bloody starting this show. I'm sorry for attacking you, trying to make you look bad within the community, and absolutely failing at that. I shouldn't have tried to do anything against you. It was foolish and absolutely a move. I do hope we can go back to neutral territories again, because I really don't want to talk about this anymore. Completely touched by these kind
What did Jameski do? I have no idea. I just know that he's like a Gmod YouTuber as well.
words, I decided to accept Frosty's apology and move on. But Frosty wasn't done with me yet. A few days later, he would leave this comment on my channel from his supposedly hacked YouTube account. Hey bub, I need you to re-add me as friend, cause I have some information regarding you need to be an adult to be legally When I added him back on Discord,
Just the most broken English I've ever seen in my life. Imagine doing that as a YouTube comment as well.
Frosty would proceed to tell me this very tragic and very true story. Why am I getting
Very true, so true.
broken noses and black eyes everywhere I go IRL? Your community is beating out of me. I've gone
Okay, Top 10 things that never happened. What do you mean I'm getting broken noses and black eyes everywhere I go? Yeah, of course. But like, no one even knows what this guy looks like. What? Like, where are you getting any of this from? Your community's beating the shit out of it. He's probably talking about VR chat. He's been beaten up on VR chat.
Onto the doc.
I've gone to doctors 5 times now for a broken nose. Yep, top 10 things that never happened.
So 5 times now for a broken nose. It's hard to believe.
I was being beat up on the internet. They went on Discord and they type asterisk, punches you, asterisk.
Anything you say due to the fact that you've constantly lied to me. Okay, I have lied constantly, I admit it. But my medical bills are skyrocketing.
My medical bills! My medical bills!
What your community wants to believe. I am very fragile now. Are you able to send me any proof of this happening, like a police report? How am I supposed to report to the police if I don't see their face? What's the point of doing it? They have gloves on and a mask and talk about end your video. When did this
I don't think this is happening, bro. This is probably happening. Maybe this is like in his dreams, right? In his dreams. And he's like, oh yeah, that happened. I'll just lie now.
happen? Day after you posted, 9 p.m. roughly. I was just walking by myself on the sidewalk. How did they know it was you? Probably because they have my Instagram and I still have the same hairstyle. And I'm honest to people I meet and say, yes, I'm this guy. I can't leave my apartment without being in danger. I've been robbed of $50 so far. I was meant to go on a date, but I have no money now.
I was meant to get married and have a family and get a mortgage on the house. But then the accountant tried to kill me.
Now, in light of this heartbreaking story of injustice, and being the compassionate man that I am,
Yeah,
I've decided to start a GoFundMe campaign.
That's really sad. That's actually really sad. Like if you cry every time.
For Frosty, so he can recoup that $50 stolen from him and finally go on that date. And if you have any information regarding the terrible assault that happened on the 7th of April, please send it to savefrostythefairy@gmail.com, where it will be forwarded to the relevant authorities. But on a serious note, the Frosty the
This is why we like bub games. This is why we like bub games. He's saving the kids, man.
Fairy lore gets so much worse. Shortly after the original video was uploaded, a Discord user by the name of Buzz reached out to me with screenshots of a Discord conversation he had with Frosty.
Right? I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking the Patrick Bateman pictures. This isn't gonna end well, boys.
Frosty had allegedly sent him unsolicited images of furry CP. In this screenshot, we can see that Frosty had sent this guy an image of CP. He then asks Frosty to delete it, and when confronted about whether he's attracted to furry CP, Frosty has this to say: I'm not attracted to them. I just think they're fun. I find they're attractive and will find love. Now,
I think they're fun. I think war crimes are kind of fun. I don't know.
There's a lot to unpack here. So at first he said...
Imagine that being your defense in court. Like, you know, O.J. Simpson being convicted. What's your defense? Your Honor? I don't like murder, but it's fun.
He's not attracted to them. He just finds them fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It's fun. Honestly, stone cold defense there. That'll get you out of jail no matter what.
In the very next sentence, he then says that he finds them attractive. And if you thought that was bad, here's Frosty attempting to justify it.
Is it alright if I record?
Yeah, I'm okay with you.
I like how Bub's picture is just Greg Paul as well.
I was just having a quick squiz at this. Do you know someone called Buzz?
Oh, Buzz? Yeah.
He said that you sent him a photo of furry child.
Okay, there's a difference between that and what us furries call cub. I don't know why, but it's legal, but child is illegal.
Not. No,
but
it's
this
not.
version
It's
is
not
legal.
legal.
I have no idea. But
It's literally not legal. Like, what is the cope there? It's still a child.
It's just very young, well, looking very young, male.
No, it is young. Oh my god, the coping this guy's doing right now. Holy shit.
Female furries.
Okay, don't let him cook. Real. We should not let him cook.
So you sent him an image of this, did you?
Yeah, I sent him an image of it.
Says here, I'm not attracted to them. I just think they're fun. What does that mean? What does fun mean?
I mean, like, yeah, little furries.
Yeah. Oh, what the fuck was that? Crystal Maze. Maybe soon. Maybe soon. That's madness, though. That's madness. Oh, they're just little people. It's fine.
They're like fun.
They're
what
fun.
Does that mean?
How can I put this? I don't know how I can put that in a good way.
And then
no, literally, you can't put it in a good way. You said it's fun. Oh my god, this fucking guy.
The next...
Keep in mind, like, Bub has had to basically do nothing except recite messages that he's already been sent, and he's completely just demolished this guy.
Sentence you say, I find they are attractive and they will find love. So I'm just a bit confused. You said you're not attracted to them, but then you say they are attractive?
So what here says, I'm not attracted to them. I think they're just fun. You said you're attracted to them. Not in that way.
He's pulling up the script. He's pulling up the Google Docs script.
Don't really remember what my idea plan was going for that.
I don't even know what
I don't remember what my idea plan was for that. Yeah, no, we can tell, buddy. We can tell, believe me.
to say. This guy was calling me a few months ago, and now he's admitted to being attracted to and sending furry CP. And to top it all off, this guy thinks confiding in me makes us friends now. He's now posting about how much he loves me, and is even offering me an admin role on his Discord server.
Oh, man, Bub, why'd you make this video then? You could have got admin on his server. Okay, guys, I hate to admit it, Bub Games, he's actually a little bit of a snake. Let's ignore the fact that this guy accused him of really fuck shit, and then he was actually into that same shit himself. Bub Games, he did kind of backstab this guy a little bit. That's messed up, man. You could have got admin role. You should have took the deal.
I don't want to be your mate, and I don't want to give you advice on how to make...
You're the master, spelt you're wrong, of making sausage rolls. Do you put potatoes in them? Because I'm making sausage rolls bow now. I need to know. No, I don't. That's what I thought. My nan does, which I find weird. Just no, I don't.
Sausage rolls either.
I am amazed that Bub has not ended up as like Heath Ledger Joker, man, just because the amount of degenerate servers he must be in is insane.
Finally, we now revisit the nation's FNAF RP owner, Nice Doge. Let me just quickly read off the laundry list of things
there
Nice
was so
Doge
much
has
with this
done.
guy last
Modding
video.
his server, using over 50 alt accounts on Discord to boost his community engagement and numbers. Using alt accounts
We talked about this guy was included in the last FNAF drama video, by the way.
It's on YouTube to boost comments and likes. Implementing weird, creepy, and player models and
I made that the thumbnail of the video. Based.
Jobs into his server, as well as his strange friendship he had with a 15-year-old girl.
You smiled and laugh reacted to the I love you?
I just randomly put that on there because I do that sometimes. Like, I don't actually want to date that person. Like, I probably just put it on there. Like, she used to send me emojis too, like, and then I just started sending her emojis.
When I uploaded the video, Nice Doge went into full crisis mode. And
You could just hear the guy in the call was like sweating buckets saying that.
would spend the next few hours responding to every single comment that mentioned him under the video. I actually went back and
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he'd like reply to comments that he made saying that he's innocent or something like bot comments.
tallied his replies, and they totaled to over 100 messages. The nation's Discord server also went into full lockdown.
All sound the same, don't they? They all have nasally and degen speech.
Yeah, I don't understand that. They kind of just need to blow their nose a little bit. Maybe get like a candle, you know, something to clear up their sinuses.
Mention of me was banned, and he even made this cute little server banner
They actually put him on the hit list, bro. They put Bub on the hit list.
with my face on it.
Bub Games has made a masterpiece of a video, but not everything is actually true. In respects in, but, however, as we all know, a few minor changes need to be made to the video. Everything in relation to Nice Doge is indeed incorrect, and is considered a false accusation. We're on our way, and Nice Doge will make everything right. The authoritarian nation is coming to fix Gary's mod, and everything will be set right. Allow us to make a better future for Gary's mod.
Nice Doge would then message
Least intimidating Discord threat I've ever heard in my life.
me, asking me if I could edit out any mention of him from the video. When I told him I wasn't going to do that, he then
I don't think I'll do that.
asking me if I could edit out any mention of him from the video. When
I don't think I'll do that.
told him I wasn't going to do
No,
that.
I don't think I will, actually.
He then threatened to have the video taken down. You see, Nice Doge is no stranger to abusing YouTube's broken copyright takedown system. In fact, he's done this multiple times before to smaller YouTube channels trying to expose him. He was even so confident
I like how he was stupid enough to put his full name in as well.
he'd be able to do it to me, that he began bragging to other people about how he was going to have my video taken down.
And then no more Bub Games. Like, actually thinking he's on top, bro.
But when he realized this wasn't going to work, he then tried backpedaling by telling me what a big fan he was of me. A few days later, I decided to join.
Imagine trying to strike someone's video, it doesn't work, and then you're like, I'm a big fan. Please, could you take it down? Pretty please.
In the nation's Discord server again and hop in the voice channel with some of the mod team. Midway through our conversation, I noticed a mysterious little fella had joined the channel.
Who's Lucas Gamer? Lucas Gamer L4. Hello, Lucas Gamer L.
Thank you, Xboy1 for the 250. Can you watch... Damn, 250. Thanks, bro. Can you watch Brew talk about gaming chair explode? Brew? What the fuck is that? Brew gaming chair explode. How sitting on a gaming chair killed a 14-year-old. Are you joking? What the fuck?
L4? Dude, Lucas Gamer has the same background noise that Doge did when I spoke to him.
Okay, fine, it's me. It's honestly me.
Why are you on that account?
I don't know. I just want to see what you guys are up to. I was spying on you.
Nice Doge would then
I was spying on you. Why would you just self-report like that? These guys have no brain cells.
rejoined with his main account and started admitting that he was lying during my interview with him, but stressed it was all just a joke.
Allow me to explain the official story and not some crappy, wacky crap that I came up with the other day when Bub was interviewing me, because I shouldn't have done that. It was stupid of me to do that. I'll be honest with you, I was trying to be funny in your interview. I was trying to make stupid stuff to be funny, and when I did that, it kind of made me look bad. So yeah.
What about the religious cult group of kids?
I made that up, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you.
Why can none of these people get a good mic? Like, Supreme Doge sounds like he's next to a fucking Hadron Collider with that buzzing sound in the background.
Okay. I shouldn't have done this, mate. I should not have made the alt accounts and, well, I'm gonna just admit, okay? I shouldn't have done what I did, okay, with the alt account. I am a very funny person. You might notice that I have this invasion reference. That's just a funny joke. It's not real, okay?
After I left the call, Nice Doge had what I can only describe as an episode of some sorts, where in the span of a few minutes, I go from being promoted to admin in the Discord server to being banned permanently from the server, to him threatening me that his family is looking for me.
It's been fun having you around, bub, but unfortunately, it's time for you to go. I was just a simple fan and nothing else. Yeah, sure, buddy. My family is searching for you because they want payback for your video. But I'm simply just not interested in this nonsense anymore. Good luck in your future projects, mate. Best regards.
In real life. Apparently
My family are looking for you.
Nice Doge's family wasn't too pleased with my video, and they were on the prowl in Western Australia looking for payback. Fortunately, if you are seeing this video now, that means I've managed to evade their capture. This would be followed by a string of pathetic attempts to join my Patreon-only Discord server, which all resulted in him getting banned.
Oh, that's just disgusting stalking. Like, imagine paying someone's Patreon just to get access to their server to lurk. I like how he doesn't even use like a... Bro, you could have used any kind of like alt account here as well, you idiot.
He even tried at some point to get someone to join on his behalf and change the ownership over or something. That's kind of where the story ends right now. You can still find Nice Doge festering in the comments section of my video, still replying to comments, all while he neglects his server that continues to dwindle in popularity. Hopefully this will be my last video I do on this cesspit. Unless something drastic happens, I hope I never have to talk about this server again.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, how stupid that guy is that he joins a Discord server, like, with his own username. Huh? Bob Games found out it was me? But how? How'd he do that? I was sitting in a gaming chair, tragically killed a 14-year-old. Alright.
You know the feeling.
Thank you, Yen, for joining.
You've come home from work or school and you just want to sit down. You slip off your shoes at the front door, drop your bag off on the couch, and stroll over to your desk. There's a new YouTube video that dropped today from your favorite creator, and you're excited to watch it.
Isn't this guy like part of that group that all like sound the same? It's like there's another one. There's another one that like there's another one that does like T-spill drama. I forget now. I forget the person's name. But I swear there's like a group of people that like have that anime picture.
You roll your chair over to the desk and plop down on the seat.
Ah, Spill. That's right, Spill.
In an instant, you're thrown across the room. When you finally come to, all you can remember is a loud bang rocketing through your bedroom. You drag your hands across your body to see if you're okay when you feel a hot stickiness. You close your eyes, hoping it won't be what you think it is. But when you bring your hands up in front of you to look, their crimson sheen betrays your injury. Next thing you know, you're in the emergency room, and surgeons are busy pulling chips, shards, and metal scrap from your abdomen.
That's so sad.
How could sitting in an office chair go so very, very wrong? What makes an office chair go boom?
Plastic explosive. You got drone striked? Yeah, probably.
Max Death Machine. The game is free to play. After a long day at school, he laid back on his bed to rest while his sister, Miss Leo, who had just gotten out of the shower, sat down at her desk to twiddle around on the internet while blow-drying her hair. Then, with no warning, a sharp bang ripped through the room, and a powerful surge of air followed.
Are they being, like, bombed? Is this like a drone strike? Or was there so many explosions in this house?
Throwing the room into disarray. In the aftermath, Mr. Leo, still reeling from the sudden pressure change, looked around their ransacked room to see his sister laying still on the floor, her body thrown like a dead thing against the side of their bed. She was still conscious, but just barely, and passed out moments later. With his sister's blood pooling on the floor around him, Mr. Leo called the paramedics, and shortly after, she was hoisted into an ambulance, speeding off to the emergency room. Medical teams got to work on her double time and told her family.
I'll be honest, I don't even care what's happened to her. I'm just more thinking, why the fuck is there just random explosions?
That she'd been injured by an explosion. Her anus had been split open, punctured by fragments of metal, and her genitals had likewise been perforated by shrapnel and debris.
Holy!
Miss Leo was wheeled into surgery not long after getting to the hospital, where surgeons and nurses worked to remove the detritus that had been rocketed into her nether regions. After a grueling 5 hours,
Minecraft nether.
Doctors finally stitched up her wounds, but her journey wasn't done yet. It would take yet another 6 months for her injuries to fully heal. Looking back at the scene in the siblings' tiny apartment, it was clear where the explosion had originated. The small blue rotating gas spring-operated stool was to blame. The force of the explosion split the foam seat into 4 discrete pieces, and the wooden mount showed a nasty hole where a metal rod had rocketed up through it into Miss Leo.
Holy shit, is that going to happen on my chair? My Herman Miller's? It's just going to explode and blow my ass off?
Inside the room, the siblings' computer had been bombed out by the shockwave, and parts of the plastic casing had melted. Lucky for his sister, the steel rod in the center of the stool didn't pierce into her body. If it had, her injuries would have been much, much worse. After interviewing neighbors, journalists found that the sound of the blast could be heard from as far away as 200 meters. Some thought it was so loud.
Watch Pyro be standing up in new videos. I might do, man. I might do. God damn.
It had
I don't want
be
to
a
lose my
gas
asshole.
pipe explosion, and called the fire department. But how could a simple stool explode like that? And should I be worried about my rotund tushy in my office chair? The first step to figuring out the truth behind this phenomenon is to learn how office chairs work generally. Basically, chairs are medium-sized objects that support our weight that we can use to... So my producers tell me that I don't need to explain to you how chairs work. The piston is attached to a handle that you pump up and down. The piston moves inside the cylinder, sucking in air before compressing it through a valve and into whatever you're inflating. Your tires, your sports balls, and whatnot. In a gas spring, the piston is attached to the bottom of your seat, and the entire cylinder is pressurized with nitrogen gas and oil. The nitrogen is pressurized so it exerts upward force on the piston, which holds your seat at the topmost position. The nitrogen provides the force, and the oil lubricates, ensuring the chair works smoothly. Also, since gas springs are holding pressurized gas, they have to be made of metal that can handle the force. Gas springs occasionally have holes in the piston that allow gas to move from one side of the piston to the other. This might make you think that the piston isn't actually compressing the gas, but remember, the cylinder that contains the piston is gas tight. So when the piston is depressed, the rod itself takes up space that compresses the air. There are multiple reasons for the holes in the piston. One is so oil or other lubricant can move from one side of the piston to the other. If there were no paths from each side of the airtight seal, then the piston would dry out eventually. With a gas spring, pressure can equalize on each side of the piston because of the holes, and the upward force is generated by the higher surface area on the inside. For all my math nerds out there, the equation for this is force equals pressure multiplied by...
Do we need to know this? Do we need the lesson? Like, I get the padding, but we do not need to know about fucking Einstein's theory.
Office chair while home alone. The boy went to his computer to go on the internet like so many young folks, when the chair below him erupted, driving a steel rod into his abdomen.
Holy.
As his blood pooled on the floor around him, he dragged himself to a phone and called his father, who contacted medical authorities. When they finally arrived, Xiao Gong was looking very pale from blood loss, but was still conscious enough to speak. Xiao Gong was taken to the Jiaozhou City Center Hospital, where doctors worked to save the boy's life. He was bleeding internally, hemorrhaging blood after the rod that had been embedded inside him had damaged blood vessels around his wounds. Tragically, doctors weren't able to get a handle on the boy's blood loss, and within an hour of arriving at the hospital, he had passed away. His father said after that he never thought that a child just sitting on a chair could
That's
have
crazy,
any type of
man.
accident,
Literally getting one-tapped
and
by a
that
chair.
This type of pressurized
Shit.
cartridge going out of control is definitely a quality issue. Another case from November 2007 out of Yantai City describes how a 68-year-old man was taken to the hospital after his rotating chair exploded. He was taken to the hospital in shock and similarly suffering from blood loss like Xiaogang. He had serious rectal injuries, including a rupture in his small intestine.
Oh, shit.
Some of the damaged tissue had tears as wide as 5 centimeters. By the time his surgery was over, medical teams pulled more than 20 fragments of metal from his body, as well as chunks of wood and foam. Not only that, but the steel rod from the gas spring had been driven into him as well, and had to be removed.
Holy.
Horrifyingly, a doctor present said that the rod had been shot into the man from the blunt side, and the explosion had to be powerful enough to sever it from the mechanism entirely. Basically, the explosion had to be giant. The phenomenon of office chair explosions seems to be certainly real, but why do all these stories seem to come from China? Also, noticeably within China, the distribution of incidents seem to correlate by distribution of population.
Probably because the quality of the product is just dog shit.
It's totally normal. This is likely a
It
pure
would like
luck
the
situation,
quality
not
of the
something
product is
localized,
so
like
probably
lower
dog shit.
standards in a particular factory,
Yeah.
or some regional standards having lower oversight. With this in mind, we can turn to news reports from Miss Liu's case that note price discrepancies between office chair costs depending on modes of production. Basically, how raw materials, metals, etc., are crafted when modules like springs and metal rods are imported to Xiamen instead of purchased from a supplier and then constructed.
Like, they literally bought a chair from Etsy and they got one-tapped.
Factory for a higher price, different chairs, and dropped heavy sandbags on them to see how they could withstand the impact. The first chair was from a reliable and well-known retailer, which show from China tested this exact scenario for us. The showrunners took 3 different chairs and dropped heavy sandbags on them to see how they could withstand the impact. The
I wish I was that chair.
first chair was from a reliable and well-known retailer, with info about the manufacturer and certification guaranteeing safety standards. The second was purchased second-hand and had some visible damage on the column that has the gas spring. The third was bought from what the hosts call the third market in China.
Yeah.
Basically the black market, out of the eye of the government.
So that'll just be
In the
dog shit.
test,
Dog
the
shit quality.
well-made chair fared well. The seat, which isn't attached but sitting on top of the base, fell off, and all of the components showed very little damage, if any. The second-hand chair did less well than the first. When the sandbags landed on the seat, it exploded into a flurry of metal and
Holy
plastic.
shit.
You can see that there is a hole burst through the middle of
That's
the seat.
insane.
And the
Oh,
metal
I
piece
see.
that mounts the
God
height controls
damn.
had been violently bent.
Oh, Lord.
The black market chair handled the weight the worst. When the sandbag hit the seat, not only did the chair explode, but it erupted into flames,
What?
setting the whole chair alight.
Okay, surely they did that for a bit, right? Just to promote, like, how better China quality is.
It's nice to see that when these chairs are built properly, they can withstand a certain amount of force. But we still don't know why. Seeking Truth spoke to Guo Liang, a researcher with the Chinese Academy of Science Mechanics Research Institute, who told the host...
All right, chat, I'm going to end stream here. I've got to go eat, and then I'm going to work on Cruelty Squad a little bit. But yeah, thank you guys for joining, and I'll probably be streaming tomorrow. So